At my store, there's a bunch of lemon cakes that we have to basically toss out because we don't have room for them in our freezer. So they're going for super cheap, and I bought 4 of them. They're like $3 a piece.
Oh.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, add to chat.
God. So fucking real. Even though I've never actually encountered any customer that's given me any trouble besides kind of being a little bit annoyed, which has happened about 10 times in a year and a half.
Give it time.
I don't know, dude. I hear about people dealing with like rude customers like every day. I have dealt with like 5.
It could just be your area too.
I'm thinking it's the area.
I've been to stores where I've had 15 complaints every day from like really dumb crap. And then I've been to stores where I've been there for like months, 1 complaint.
I must check if it is rain outside.
Be right back. It's raining right now here.
It is not raining actually. I'm kind of disappointed on that fact because I want rain. Want big rain. Big rain
Yeah.
energy.
I've been wanting rain too, and I was sitting at work. Some rain started coming down. It came down really hard for maybe 5 minutes, and then nothing since.
Hell yes.
Back.
I was just like, really? You couldn't have kept going? Okay, maybe I should have gotten into a tabletop simulator sooner. Mostly because I forgot to actually go offline on Steam on my desktop.
Yeah?
Yeah. So now I gotta go close down all sorts of things. Restart Steam to go offline. Open them all back up. I really wish Steam would let us be online on 2 different computers and have 2 different programs running. Maybe I should get a second Steam account just to run stuff on my PC. Well, I might be willing to buy some of these programs I use regularly again. They weren't too expensive, and
It's up to you. Forgot about this playlist. Fucking bangs. I've put together a playlist that's entirely like the sort of music that you'd hear in Hotline Miami. And I forgot how much some of it bangs. All right. So we'll draw a snare. He's stuck there. He is flying. All right.
What is the point of the don't ask again for this player option?
It won't ask again every time it's reloaded within the same table, but if you're coming and going from the game, then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for instance, if Dova changes the table state to be the exact same table with the tablet on it, it shouldn't ask you again if you've already ticked it. But if you leave the game and rejoin, then it'll pull up the prompt again.
It's a good way to know if you disconnected and not realized it too.
Ah. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome. I am Raw Zim, and this is Sounds of Metal Lancer. I will turn it over now to... I have no idea. So we'll go with...
Hi.
Yeah, we'll go with...
Hi, I am...
Yeah, Arbiter, what happened last session?
That works.
We, So, we entered the Metafold Vault. Big cathedral-like area, very expansive inside. The first hurdle we came across was ourselves, rather very worn down, pieces missing, dead cells. It turned out that everything we do, they mimicked it. So we got past that by swapping places with them via an ability that Firefly had. We moved further in, and after a night of rest, we continued our exhaustive search of the endless hallway, and got semi-ambushed by these critters you see here. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm. That puts it pretty succinctly. And we are in the middle of combat. And since they have, or I forgot exactly who went last. I assume it was you guys, since you guys do have more units than they do. So, with that, the enemy will go first. And we'll start off very simple here.
I think we finished the combat round, so it's a new round.
Correct. It is a new round. So, to start off, we've got the Berserker over here, right next to McHammer, and he's going to start off by just smacking away. He's not very smart. Alright, so this is going to be a +2 attack bonus. Alright, 13 plus 2, 15 versus your defense, McHammer.
Okay,
Sorry,
I
not
realized...
defense, versus your evasion.
My evasion, I think, was 6.
Yeah, I think 15 will definitely beat it. Alright, so you're going to take
so sure.
9 points of kinetic damage. It is within the zone, Arbiter, so I forget exactly what that does if he's struck.
If it would take damage, it discharges 1 AP to all hostile enemies, and there's no save on it.
Alright, cool.
And that would be reduced by 1 because of my armor, right?
Correct.
Alright.
Alright, and
I
since
have
this is in
1
fact
HP
a
left.
since this is a grunt, it is instantly killed. Since it has 1 HP.
That sound is coming in pretty clutch.
It is. Alright, so, that was its turn. And I don't remember who went last on your side, but who goes first?
It was McHammer that went last time, because we were trying to clear up the round. Yep.
Oh yeah. McHammer, who goes first?
Who is left?
Everyone.
Everyone this
Oh,
new round.
right, that's right. We finished it.
But right now there are 4 enemies left.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm having a hard. I keep having a hard time remembering who's who, because everybody keeps changing.
If you hover over them, it shows their call sign.
Watchtower. I think that's one of them. I think that's Jaffer, isn't it?
No, it's that character.
Solitaire for me now.
Solitaire.
But I've put Jaffa next to the name, so
Oh!
see, it's me. You could just call me Jaffa. I'm okay with that.
Jaffer.
Alright.
Alright.
So I'm going to
How
start
about
by
everybody
going...
go and put your call sign in the Discord for me real quick, and I will try and figure out.
Man, it's just a lot of Undertale songs on this soundtrack, eh?
Alright, so I'm going to start by going 1, 2. I provoke an AO doing that. Does he take it?
Probably will.
He misses.
All right, cool.
Automatic miss. I'll then use my ability to charge in up to 3 spaces. And let's make 2 knife attacks.
Let's see, Strider.
Do I have any additional advantages or accuracy or difficulty?
Negative. Ooh.
2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right,
Will that
then.
hit on
I forget exactly what does your Webjaw Snare do? Does that just turn his speed into 0?
Yeah, so he can't move. He's immobilized.
All right.
So was that a hit or a miss? Just so I know.
That would miss. That would be below his evasion.
All right. The second attack on that mount. 12, 13, 16, 17, and 19.
19, that would hit.
All right. That does...
Okay.
2 damage.
2 damage? All right.
I then get my free 2 moves, so backing out. I get to throw a knife. $10.
10 is not going to hit.
Alright. This guy really does seem to like being dodgy, doesn't he?
He's very dodgy.
So I'm going to not bother with the other thing. I'm going to throw a thermal grenade at him.
Alright, what does that do?
1d6 AP.
Alright. Versus his evasion, I'm guessing?
Nope. It's an explosion. It's a one area burst.
Alright. I think he gets an agility save against it. Perhaps. Let's see.
Can he make an agility save because he's immobilized?
I think he technically can. Thermal charge?
Yeah. Thermal
okay.
grenade. Thermal grenade. It's from the blast charge.
Oh, okay, from Raleigh 1?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Succeed on an agility save or take 1d6 damage. Alright. What's your save target?
Save target.
It's not AP, by the way, it's energy damage.
14.
Alright.
If it's energy damage, I'll swap to the hex charge, which is just same but explosive then.
Gotcha.
So,
It's on the AP damage to terrain and objects.
okay.
Alright, so it does...
If I do it as the breach charge, it's AP.
I
yeah.
think breach charge you actually need... That needs to be a
Oh,
mine.
it's a mine. It's a separate ability.
Yeah.
But
Alright, so it does succeed, but that means it does take half damage. Go ahead
So-
and
So
roll.
it dodges even though it's immobilized.
Technically, yes.
Well, that's grumble grumble.
All right. As a handful of active defenses kind of shoot out, instantly hardening into almost a fragmentation shield right in front of it, like instant foam. That absorbs some of the concussive wave, though quite a bit of the fragmentation still does get through.
All right, then. In that case, I'm going to take a move because I still have plenty of move left. I'm going to overcharge and take a heat.
All right.
He wants to play like that. Let's actually drop a proper blasting charge there. And I'll move myself out of the explosion radius.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Well, all right. It is going to be Mr. Avenger's turn. He's actually going to start movement from within your space, Scrapper. You did fire the gun once, and you did a buttload of damage to him.
Oh, okay. I guess that's what happened when I probably lost the internet. I don't remember
Correct.
exactly what happened.
Yep, you lost the internet and kept going, basically.
Thank you. Good
You did fire once.
Remember, the
Alright.
Scrapper still has that one overshield left from that overshield I gave him, which also does the reactive damage to the, if you remember, because you did it for him.
Yes, I think so.
I have a reactive shield. I'll mark that down. Also, 2 heat, because I fired the gun.
Yeah, it was something like 7 damage, a 7 overshield, and then they hit you back, and it got you down to like 1 overshield, and yeah, I think it killed something else, the reaction shield, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. But anyways, if you'd like to do an Overwatch attack on him, since he
I
did
can't
start
do it
moving.
with my cannon.
That's
but
true.
I do have an assault rifle with 2 reliable.
All right, you want to shoot at him?
Yes. Let's see. My attack bonus is 3.
Or his evasion is higher than that.
Well,
However, you would
4
still
plus 7
do
plus 3. 2 reliable.
2 reliable. Yep. All right, and he is going to.
Also take 1 AP damage.
He's also going to take 1 AP damage. As he is going to fire at McHammer. Actually, why is he doing that? No, he'd shoot Scrapper. He's right here. Oops. Alright, so-
McHammer's gonna throw his tachyon shield on Scrapper.
What does that do?
I empower their tachyon shield with the pulse of energy. They regain resistance to all damage from the attack. And if
Gotcha.
the attack misses, I may force the attacker to reroll it against a character or object of my choice.
All right. It is at 1 difficulty, 0 attack bonus. All right. That's going to be a miss. Its range, the range on the weapon is 5.
We'll just say the nearest, his nearest ally to Scrapper.
So we shoot the Sentinel.
No, don't shoot Jaffer. Oh wait, Jaffer's solitaire.
Mm.
I don't know why I struggle with that so much in this game.
All right. 6 minus 6 is 0. This guy sucks.
He's not having a good time.
He's not having a great time. All right. So that would be his turn then. Solitaire, who goes next?
Solitaire.
Jeffrey.
Jaffer Cakes.
Sorry, I was muted.
There you go.
Who's in a position to want to break something? It looks like Scrapper.
I can break many things.
So, Scrapper, go ahead and break something.
Okay. What shall I break first?
Boy, howdy, I think that's up to you.
What looks healthy right now?
I think both of those guys, though you will have difficulty since you are engaged with the Avenger.
Oh, right, that's an enemy.
Yeah, no, that's an enemy right there.
I mean, you can melee attack him because that one overshield is still giving you AP on your melee attacks, by the way.
I don't really have much in the way of melee attacks.
Improvised melee attacks are like, what? A D6? 2d6 if you take Brawler, I believe?
I think it's D3.
I
gotta
could also just
break
take
open
a
the book.
step back because I don't care what he does.
That is up to you. Alright, so that is going to be 2 Overwatch attacks, 1 from the Avenger, 1 from the Sentinel.
Two
Alright,
attacks. I see.
Correct. The Sentinel gets +2 to his attack. Alright, so that's 14 to hit. That will hit. So that's 8 points of kinetic damage.
1 from the overshield, 3 from armor, so 4 damage.
Okay, would the Avenger like to take 1 AP damage?
Absolutely, he will.
Unfortunately, I think the Ayaz doesn't trigger. Hold on, let me check.
While you're doing that, I'm going to roll the attack on the Avenger, who is at 1 difficulty, 0 bonus. 9 minus 4 is going to be 5. Your evasion is 6, right, Scrapper?
Oh,
Yes.
never mind, Dova. It says the first time each turn, and technically speaking, it has not taken damage in that zone in a turn, so it's 2 AP damage it's taking, 1 from the overshield and 1 from the zone.
Well, all right then.
That's actually better than I thought it was, because I thought it was in a round, but no.
All right. A bada bang. So that's going to be. So Scrapper, continue. That was your move. That was Overwatch. That was things happening.
Let's shoot one of these fireflies.
All right. Which one you shooting? You can ping with tab. Why are you? I mean, that's there is 2 fireflies.
Oh wait, sorry. Which one's the enemy?
Neither of
both have
them.
the same base. What?
Neither of them are the enemy. As far as your data link is saying, both of them are Firefly.
Which one of these 2 jerks is worse then?
Worse as far as closer to death?
Which one is the least close to death?
Least close to death would probably be the Sentinel.
Cool. I'll shoot the Sentinel then.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack.
There you go, Dova. I aptly named it.
I saw that.
Although I can't use the gizmo tool to move the text around, so...
Yes.
Load. All right. Well, that's not bad. All right. So what is that to hit?
5.
5, that is not going to hit, but you still do reliable damage.
Let me check how much reliable damage I do when I'm
think with
spun
that-
up. Oh, 5.
Yeah, no, it's some getting into some big boy damage.
I guess it's okay. But
Reliable.
it could be significantly more incredible.
All right. Bang! As inevitably, at least some of the bullets hit. Go ahead and keep track of your heat,
I'm doing it.
and then make sure you mark down that you fired once before. Since I did fire when you were not here.
Yeah, I already marked down the heat for that.
Gotcha, cool. Anything else? Any overcharge?
I could do that. Does he look worse than the Avenger now?
No. The Avenger still looks worse.
Alright. I'll try then. I'll overcharge once.
All right.
And-
I don't believe you can.
No,
Can you
sorry,
fire
yeah.
the?
No, I'm going to shoot my other gun, my assault
Gotcha.
rifle.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Come on. Gimme higher than a 5. I mean, I guess you did it.
All right, what would
9.
that be? 9. Fortunately, that would miss. However, you're still doing reliable damage.
Yep, too reliable.
Yeah, it looks like he takes both of them. All right.
I am not accurate today. Over to who's left.
We've got McHammer, Tanuki, Arbiter, and Firefly. But first is going to be the enemy's turn.
Yes.
All right. This guy over here. We'll keep that right next to Tanuki so he knows he's still got a leadership die. And for ranges, count from the center and round up. I think. I think we ought to count from the center of the square.
Right.
Maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Center and round down. I think that'll get better results. Until said otherwise. Alright. So it is within 20, outside of range 10. So that means that second damage profile comes into effect. One accuracy, 2 attack bonus. Also, damage cannot be reduced. Ooh, that's a big one. 22 versus you, Solitaire.
That will definitely hit.
All right. As it finally gets a good hit on you, you take 12 points of AP damage.
That will take a structure point from me.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll.
Four. System trauma.
All right, go ahead and give me another roll.
3.
All the weapons on one mount.
mount. Okay, so I've lost one of my one of my pairs of blades. The third set really is redundant, but tore off my arms.
It got a good fucking hit on you. As your systems kind of rush to compensate, you stumble for a few steps. But otherwise, you don't seem to be leaking any vital fluids, so you're okay.
Alright, I'm gonna make that thing regret it ever touched me.
Scrapper, who's going to go next? I forget.
I was gonna pick Tanuki.
Tanuki is not quite here yet.
Alright,
But,
how about
I think they're still
Firefly, then?
dealing with... Yeah. Firefly, you're up. You're kind of in two places at once. This feels really weird.
This is odd. Value has been divided. You don't divide value.
I think you just did.
Okay.
Well, what about the old saying of divide and conquer there, Captain?
That would require more numbers than we have.
Her voice is much more stereo than usual.
I was about to say that would come in complete synchronous stereo.
Yeah.
Oh. Incredible.
Alright. And then this one, let's see, mercy roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Gonna go right here and provide hard cover for mercy roll.
Alright.
And that will be the end of the turn, because that's all they can really do.
Fair enough. Alright. Who is gonna go after you, Firefly?
Does anybody want to go next?
I can go next if you want.
Sure.
The Sentinel is going to move up here. And he is going to fire his shotgun. The +2 damage bonus. It's at range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can get any of you. So he's going to go after Scrapper, since you are shooting quite a bit more. Oops, he does not get any accuracy. This +2, 6 + 2, 8. I'm guessing that's going to hit.
Yep.
Alright. Take 8 points of kinetic damage.
Owie.
Alright. That is going to be its turn.
Bear right back, sorry.
Fair enough. So, sorry, I missed it. Firefly, who's going next?
Mercy roll.
Mercy roll. Alright, Arbiter, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to last argument of kings this guy.
Alright, and what does that do?
It's a full attack within sensors in line of sight. On a success, you implant a virus that triggers a minor meltdown in your target's reactor. They immediately take burn equal to the current heat. If this action causes your target to overheat, it resolves before they reset their heat cap. If I hit with attack as well, it automatically applies 2 heat. So
Alright. Go ahead and roll a tech attack for me.
okay. Do I get any accuracy?
You do not. No conditions you otherwise would get.
That is 15 plus 7, which is
7?
20. Yeah.
That will get through.
Okay, so he automatically takes 2 heat, then takes burn equal to his heat.
Alright. So immediately takes 2 damage. Alright.
And he's also pushed back 3 spaces.
Directly from you?
Yes.
Alright, 1, 2, we'll say there. As he nearly skids to a stop against the wall, venting heat like a madman.
Yep.
Alright.
Then I will... I'll pass turn for now, because I don't want to take any more heat myself.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't want
was
to
that
I don't want to overcharge again.
Gotcha. Alright. We'll send it over to the last remaining enemy as he tries to escape. I believe that was a hull check that he needed to succeed on. Alright. Or a hull save, rather. And his save DC is 14, I remember so. 17. All right, so he manages to escape. Finally. I need to figure out exactly what that mine does.
It's like furry AP kinetic damage, I think. I'm not sure.
Free splash charges any disintuition with me.
Oh, shit.
It needs to be activated as a quick action, or it needs to be armed as a quick action.
Dova, I missed out on 2 heat as well.
Wait. Oh, on him or on you?
On him, because the lesson of the open door adds 2 heat.
All right then. So he's got 4 heat and then 4 burn.
Yep.
All right.
And burn can't be cleared that easily without taking an action too, so which is great.
It's a engineering save.
Yep.
All right. Is it a check or a save for burn? That would definitely matter.
Let me double check.
All right. It is still his turn. Since that one wasn't, the mine wasn't actually armed, he can move away from it. Also, he just ignores engagement anyways. So he's going to leave. He is also going to equip the skirmisher kit, thus becoming invisible.
At the end of their turn, characters marked with burn make an engineering check. On a success, they clear all marked burn. On a failure, they take damage equal to their total marked burn. It doesn't tell me what the save DC is, though. Is it against my save DC?
Is it a save or a check?
An engineering check.
Engineering check, then the DC is always 10.
Okay.
All right. That is the end of all the enemies' turns. We've got McHammer and Tanuki left.
McHammer can go next.
All right. McHammer, your turn. You've got 1 HP. How are you feeling?
Oh, pretty good. We got a lot left here. Well, I can do this.
Hell yes.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. We're gonna start off with a little bit of a thing I like to call a Shatterhead colony missile. You said there was 1 enemy left, right?
There are currently 4. Did I miss the Hornet? I did miss the Hornet. There's 1 enemy left, actually. I lied. But their turn will come after yours.
Overkill is authorized.
Okay. What?
We got 1, 2.
How many enemies
3,
are left?
4, 5.
Back, sorry.
They just keep multiplying.
Kind of busy.
At first it was 1, then it was 4, then it was 1 again. Now there's 4.
Left in the turn order this round.
Oh, okay. So which one's running? I'm guessing.
That one was getting away from Solitaire after breaking out with a successful hull check.
Okay,
It
but
doesn't
it's
break out
not-
with a hull check. If it wants to break the web snare, it has to actually break the snare itself.
Oh, okay.
That Avenger's in our little. Well,
What's its evasion?
which was
The
the.
evasion, the snare is 5 and it has 10 hit points. But it means it needs to make a full actual attack to do it.
Alright. So then it would not actually be able to get away.
Haha.
Okay. So which was the one that was really annoying with how tough it was?
It was one of these. Avenger's been hit quite a few times. And the Sentinel is doing pretty okay.
Hornet's a pain in the butt.
Hornet, yeah, he's also pretty annoying.
Okay, I'm going for the Hornet.
Alright.
Alright, so starting with the Shatterhead colony missiles.
Yeah, sorry about that. The web snare specifically says it lasts until the snare is destroyed.
No problem. Attacks.
That would be a 9.
All right.
Does that hit?
Attack. 1d6. 9, and that's versus its E defense. Correct?
It's a Shatterhead Colony missile.
Does it have the smart tag?
No.
No? Alright, that would be against its evasion. 9 versus the Hornet would not hit.
Damn. Alright, well, I got my auxiliary nexus, so... 16.
16 versus its E defense would in fact hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
2.
2. Alright.
And might as well do the barrage with my prototype weapon.
So the first attack was
It was
your
all
first
barrage.
action was okay. With the barrage, you can only attack with 2 weapons. Actually,
The Nexus is a thing where it just attacks one when I'm attacking with another weapon. It's a free action.
oh really?
Yeah, it's an integrated weapon.
Okay. Oh,
McHammer can't move, so he's just gonna have all the guns.
fair enough.
Did I roll that? I don't know. I'll just roll. 21.
All right.
Technically a crit.
Technically, would be a crit.
That was not natural. Like, it was 18
No, but if you
plus
roll
8.
above 20, it's crit.
If they pass 20, they're
Oh! What does it
There are
do?
some actions call it specifically for a nat 20. Otherwise, if you get above 20, you can roll the damage dice twice and choose the higher.
Yep.
Cool. Well
You
then.
get accuracy on damage, basically.
Really?
Isn't that why you have the option to reroll?
Well, no, one of the dice was
Hey.
on a corner. So that would
Ah.
be 8. Let me roll again, see which is higher. Really?
Be right back again one moment. Sorry, busy here.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, I got a choice between 8 or 8. I'm going to make the difficult decision here and go with 8.
I think you should go with 8.
Are you sure?
Okay.
I feel like
you
the
think-
8 was better.
I think 8. I just have a better feeling for the 8.
Well, alright, you are the captain, so we'll go with 8. Meanwhile, Dova's sitting over there like, oh, let's see, are there any boulders on the roof of this place?
How are you getting 2d6 out of that?
That's my prototype weapon.
With
Oh,
is that
wait,
with,
wait.
increased
I was
caliber?
I was saying the wrong option. Sorry.
No problem.
I saw the limited 2d6 and was like, okay, so that's the damage. No, the damage would be 1d6 plus 4.
So 8.
Either way, he's got 1 HP left. I just want to make sure we're getting the right thing.
Oh my god, it really is still 8.
Yeah, because you rolled a 4 on both d6, and plus 4 is 8.
It's all 8s.
Always has been.
Either way, he's
Listen to
gone.
the captain.
And he doesn't get his
This is
turn
'cause-
anyways because he's dead.
This is because I read probability last session, isn't it?
It has to be, yeah.
I literally cannibalized everything but the option 8 because the action is called cannibalize probability.
And back again. Alright, that should be the last time I need to go AFK. Sorry about all that.
Oh yeah. All right. So,
Hey, Jaffer.
it's going to be Tanuki's turn. Actually, McHammer, are you going to do anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna pop open my shoulder armor and pull out a drink.
In your giant mech manipulators?
Actually, I think I've got smaller manipulators. Or did I take those off?
He actually
Okay,
just
I
has a
did
side
take
hatch
those
to the
off, so
cockpit.
never mind.
He has a
Yeah,
side
it's
hatch
attached-
to the cockpit.
Yeah, it's attached to, you know.
It's in
I
the
got
cockpit,
I've got a
assume.
little...
The fridge.
No, the fridge is in the shoulder, but I've got a little window that I can reach out of. That I just
Access.
pop it open, reach out, grab the soda, or in his case, probably booze. You know, he's got a beer in there, and just
Of course.
pull that back into the cockpit.
It's a tactile fridge.
I do actually have personalization, so you know it works.
Yeah.
Is that a tech cool?
Ha!
Anyways,
Ah.
Tanuki is going to attack this Strider over here. Unfortunately, he is going to miss.
Why
but
can't I get the ability to dunk people in the leg for shit like that, Zim?
he is going to do 1 damage. Alright. So, that is the end of the round. Tanuki will probably
Please let me go
choose...
first. I don't want that Strider getting away, and I'm going to absolutely destroy it.
The Strider is already kind of fucked.
The one to the
Yeah, no, he's...
I last argument to King's him. And technically speaking, if Tanuki chooses me again, then I can do the same action again and make him take even more burn. Because he hasn't had a turn yet.
I'm just worried about this one to the south that I've got pinned. Because he damaged that web snare. He's going to break it next turn, and thus move
Oh, he
away
actually
from
has
me.
to roll the damage on that. He did not yet. So it is 1d6 for an improvised attack. 1.
Okay,
He does not.
But I
break
wanna
it,
ma-
assume.
I want to make sure he doesn't get away, and I'm going to absolutely obliterate him.
You're going to use the charge on him.
No, I'm going to do worse than that.
All right, so Tanuki is going to move the round to probably to solitaire. All right,
2
Since
free
your-
movements.
your turn started. He's gonna run 3, 4, 5.
Drop.
I think he
Another.
immediately takes damage equal to burn, or is that at the end of the round?
At the end of his turn.
Sorry, I didn't realize another turn was going.
Nope, it is not his turn. He has an ability that whenever a turn begins, once per round,
okay.
he can move his speed.
Okay. So I'll be moving, dropping another mine,
All right.
overcharging. So I'll take 1d3 heat.
Mark it down. You just want to remove him from existence, don't you?
Two. Oh yeah. Dropping my last mine. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. That's my full movement for this turn. And I'm using my last free action to detonate all 3 at once. Pretty much I've just thrown down a bunch of mines, run away, and just beep.
You do need a quick action to detonate him.
Why do you think I overcharged?
That's the overcharge to detonate him.
Well, the overcharge is to drop the second, so they're a quick action to drop each.
Mm-hmm.
So it was move, drop, overcharge for the second action, drop the second, because that would mean do the same action twice.
Gotcha.
I still have the free quick action. So, beep.
All right.
He needs 3 separate saves, agility saves at target 14.
All right. I won't tell you how much HP he has left until he fails or succeeds.
And each one is 2d6 AP.
All right. So that's a 17, 22, and a 14.
Alright, so he makes all 3. So first one does 3 AP. Second one does 2 AP. Last one does 3 AP.
All right. He had 2 health.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
he is
I
just
knew this was
blown
going to be
apart.
overkill. I absolutely knew it was going to be overkill. But he ripped my arm off, damn it.
He deserves it, you know? All right. Where'd I put the hornet? Oh, there he is. Look at the boy. He's behind there. All right. Arbiter, who would you like to go next after that wondrous display?
That was Solitaire.
Good thing I put the mark down on Solitaire and definitely not Arbiter on my initiative tracker whiteboard.
So I think Arbiter wanted to go next anyway, didn't you?
That is correct.
So let's do Arbiter.
All right. McHammer, it is time for an attack against you, though. As the Sentinel is going to attack. This is his turn, as is his right. The Sentinel attacks at +2 attack bonus. He's not engaged. 3 + 2, 5 to hit. Versus your evasion mechanic.
That will miss.
All right.
Sorry, I was looking at an ability I've got here.
No problem. Arbiter, you're up.
Woohoo. So my sensor range is 15 for the record.
All right. So that would be well within it, I imagine. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Last argument. Oh, I didn't mean to ping again. Last argument of Kings does not have a cooldown, so I am gonna fucking do it again.
All right.
That's 16 plus 7, so I believe since the 15 hit last time, this will hit this time.
Against E-Defense, yes, it will.
Yeah. So he takes 2 heat. He takes burn equal to his heat or his current burn, and is either takes an additional 2 heat or is knocked back 3 spaces.
What happens if he overheats?
Okay. If this actually
It's this little thing. It's this little thing called a total system meltdown.
I mean, I am implanting a virus which triggers a minor meltdown in each reactor. But yeah, if it action causes your target to overheat, it resolves before they reset their heat cap.
All right.
So he
takes that.
Yeah, so he takes burn equal to his he takes burn equal to his current heat, and then his reactor meltdown resolves, is what it's saying.
All right. Takes burn. So, all right. He catastrophically overloads because he currently has 9 burn on him, and he has 10 HP total.
Oh shit.
So he turns into a pile of glittering gold slag on the ground.
Slag Prime.
Exactly. Very expensive slag.
I don't do much outright damage when I actually attack people, but when I fucking attack people, I get serious.
Oh, fuck. Jesus. Yeah. All right. There is only one other person on the enemy team who can currently act, and it is the Avenger. He was going to attack, probably McHammer again. 1 difficulty, no bonus.
Can I add multiple difficulties?
No.
I'm gonna give McHammer a leadership dice to reduce the next attack by 1d6.
All right.
Well, that works
so 14
too. I was
minus
going to throw
3
up a
is going
shield.
to be 11 to hit.
Then that would hit.
All right.
So then I roll 1d6.
Yep.
Ow.
Ooh.
Oof.
1.
So that would be 9 points of kinetic damage.
Ow.
Yeah. Would that put you into structure?
Would you believe me if I say no?
No.
How much was it again?
9.
After that -1?
Yep, after that -1. It's 10 normally.
Okay, so then it would be reduced to 8 because of my armor. Okay. 5.
5. All right.
Glancing
Structure that would be-
bow.
Hey.
Frame integrity
So-
compromised. Glancing blow. I don't know what
Lots
that
of
means.
lots of warning bells go off around you, but giving a glance to all the systems, you're more or less still at 100% as far as actual operations go.
Maybe
you
some of
are-
the beers in the cooler have been shaken up a bit.
You're at 1 difficulty with everything as you silence all of the alarms.
Mayhammer would have one single button that he, the top of it was painted originally, but it's been worn off with how many times he's had to just press that button to turn them all off.
All right.
Please tell me it's actually like Megas XLR where you press it and then like another console pops out where you have to slam that button and then like the keyboard just falls out under the thing.
In the
No,
F16,
no,
there's
just
this
one
button
button.
There's this button to turn off all the warning lights in the F16. It's called the fault acknowledgement button, but the way it's labeled is just FAC, because that's what you're thinking whenever you press it.
That seems to check out. Probably what you're saying too.
All right.
That's why I like Battlestar Galactica, especially like in the past where I've actually roleplayed Battlestar Galactica, because you get to use the word fracking instead of actual swear words.
I need to think of fake swear words for this game.
I vote
Arbiter, who goes next?
Blit, Bloit, Grat, Flack, and the others.
Smeg.
I don't think that was
Smeg.
one of them. Have
Arbiter,
you
who
guys
goes
never
next?
seen the Inventing Swear Words series?
I will choose Scrapper to go next.
Scrapper, it's your turn.
Oh boy, it's time to shoot and hopefully hit this time.
Hey, you're gonna hit. I believe in you.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Here I go trying to kill again. Now let's see. Avenger and Sentinel. Right?
That's the only ones left for sure.
Okay. Now
Oh.
which one looks healthier? Because
Sentinel looks a bit healthier.
okay. Let's try for Sentinel again.
All right.
15 plus
Ooh, that's
3
quite nice.
is
Ooh.
21.
All right. This is gonna be big boy damage. That is a crit, so you get to roll all damage dice twice.
And choose the
You get to-
highest.
See. It's
It's 60.
let me count my damage again.
It's 46. So roll that
With
set twice and
overpowered
choose the higher result.
caliber, but I'm not above my heat threshold, so it's not 7d6. Wait,
Don't forget the
Wait, hold
extra
on.
d6 for
because
any.
I overcharged. That's right.
Yeah.
I am at half. I am at above half. That's 66.
So that's 66, and one of those dice is energy damage.
And
All right. Total
reroll
is-
that one.
20.
Total is 20. Oh.
25.
Would you say he's touching the zone, by the way, Nova?
Does he have to be within the zone for this to happen?
It says at least partially in the zone.
I'd say he is not partially in the zone.
Oh, okay.
His token is not it's inside that zone. I'd say that's more intended for things that take up more than one space.
Probably.
Hey, stop it. They snapped a grid anyways, Jaffer. I saw what you're trying to do there. So that's
Also,
25 plus any
There you go.
relevant bonuses. Stop. Did you unsnap him, you monster? Turn it back on right now. Thank you, sir.
It's
There,
fun
Dusty.
causing mayhem.
Let's make it sure.
I mean, I don't think he'll survive.
No, for sure. 100%.
I think he actually just gets hit by the hail of bullets and like goes off into the sunset somewhere. What's left of it?
Here, we'll, do you have anything else that you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Alright.
I have rinsed him.
Looks like Sentinel's blasting off again.
Oh,
Just
look, he's over there. and
you're
there,
juggling him with
and
the bullets.
There, and there. Oh my god, he's like that one. He's like that one GIF where the person's getting hit in the air by arrows from every direction.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Shining in
just
sky.
do two fireflies technically make a superposition because they're in two places at once.
They're both
If
in
you
the.
fit-
They're both in squares.
I know, but just for meme's sake, because it's the lich ability.
He is technically in superposition,
Yep.
which he is going to collapse here pretty soon, I imagine. Also, since a friendly non-grunt within range 3 of the Avenger was destroyed, it immediately moves its speed, gains a hefty overshield, and all attacks, checks, and saves now have 1 accuracy.
I should have
Also-
named it.
What?
I should have named it the butt hurt zone instead of the hurt zone.
Also, he does actually get to attack as well. As a reaction. Alright. With 1 accuracy, heavy bore shotgun, 0 bonus, 15 to hit. Scrapper?
Yes.
What's your threat range?
My threat range?
Do you have anything that could be in threat range for him, being 2 spaces away? If not, you will be taking 10 points of
My
kinetic damage.
heavy fuel rod gun has a threat of 3.
Ooh, you'd be able to do an Overwatch attack if you like.
I believe I shall.
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack. No difficulty since it is not engaged with you yet.
+18 +3, another crit.
Oh, Jesus
However,
Christ.
this is my fuel rod gun, not my big
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah, you're
So,
getting, well, I mean, you're still getting spicy.
yes.
I mean,
I'm
you
going
still
to
got
use
that
a D3.
plus a d6 for the extra energy damage from being in your danger zone.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
Also, it takes 1 AP damage automatically for being in the zone and getting hit. Ooh, nice.
Let's see. That is 8 plus 2 plus the armor piercing.
So
11
just
hits.
go ahead and roll the dice again, because you crit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
don't worry about the AP. We'll add that on at the end.
So first one was 8, 8, 4,
4.
so
I think I'll take the 8.
all right. So it is 8 plus plus how much?
1.
8 plus 2.
8 plus 2.
Sorry. I rolled 8, and then my field rod gun has a +2, but it's energy damage also.
Gotcha.
And then it takes 1 AP energy damage from the zone.
Yep.
All right. You managed to chew through a good bit of its overshield, but it still has a healthy amount of HP left.
Dang.
But that was a solid hit.
Good chunk.
That was
Good
its
chunk.
attack on you. That was the 10. All right. Scrapper, I think that is your turn. Unless you'd like to overcharge, who would you like to go next? You've got a choice
No,
between
that was my
Firefly.
Overwatch attack.
Yeah, but you already fired.
Oh, that's right.
You did the barrage action.
Right, that was last turn. Okay, who's left?
Firefly, McHammer, and Tanuki.
Go, McHammer.
McHammer, what's up?
Oh yeah! So we've got the Avenger. We got who is this Mercy roll?
That's
That's
Arbiter.
me.
Yep.
If you hover over the token, it gives you the mech name and the pilot name.
Oh, I have to hover over it for a little bit.
Yeah.
So as far as I can tell, we only have the Avenger left.
Claim spreads.
Correct.
Alrighty. Shatterhead colony missiles! 14.
14, alright. That is against its evasion, correct?
Yes.
Alright, that is going to hit.
Finally! As soon as I find my mouse.
Finally, Mr. I crit last turn.
Well, I'm meaning with my Shatterhead colony missiles.
Oh.
Alright. Are these D3s, these blue ones? Yes. Excellent.
Correct.
I'm stealing one. Alright, so 4 plus 1. So 5, again, it cannot be blocked by or reduced by any means. Oh wait,
All right.
I have overkill, so actually I get to re-roll that one. So 7.
Alright.
And again, cannot be reduced by any means.
Mm-hmm.
Then
It's
my
looking pretty rough.
my Nexus 18 for 1 point of damage, and that one is smart.
Alright. Gets its E defense, that will hit.
So that was 1 damage from that. And barrage with my prototype weapon. 21! So let's see.
I just wanna clarify the so you are doing the barrage action to fire your prototype weapon as well as the colony shatterhead
Yeah.
and the gotcha.
And then the Nexus is a free action.
Alright.
Really? Another pair of 4s?
Hey
Yep,
man, D6, take it.
8's your
Yeah.
number.
So another 8.
Alright.
Plus 1 AP. It's every round.
Well, cool. Plus 1 AP.
Alright.
So I just
That would-
unloaded on this guy, hit every time, doing a total of, what, 16 damage?
Doing a lot of damage. Go ahead, make sure you're keeping track of those limited charges, by the way. It is important.
Yeah. Only you did, or actually I do have it kept track of down here. Somewhere.
I have been keeping track as well.
Perfect.
Oh, you've been keeping track of
Since-
mine for me? Thanks.
I have been keeping track of mine.
Oh.
Since you guys do not have any imminent opportunity to resupply.
Oh. Except for me, I do have an ability to resupply.
You carry spare ports with you.
Specifically, it's one of my,
As a talent.
yeah. Oh, was it the Grease Monkey? When resting, I can spend 2 repairs to replenish 1 use of all limited weapons and systems.
Alright. So that would be the end of combat. As there is nothing left aside from charred smoking hulks of gold and silver, little inlays of kind of dark, luxurious wood inside, looking very much like a a prime version of a mech. But as everything clears out and as you start to kind of investigate and poke your sensors around, you realize that the interiors of these guys are almost entirely clockwork. Springs, cogs, and gears.
Does this mean if I find the hidden vault, I can get the Emperor Prime?
We'll think about that.
I'd
you
rather.
all
Can I find the chest with the conference call?
The chest with the conference call.
Yeah. Don't you know what the conference call is?
I would think it would be the
I'm up.
flacker, wouldn't it?
No, I like the conference call because it's a shotgun that shoots out more shotguns, which then shoot.
Oh, is this Borderlands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my favorite gun in Borderlands.
I like the infinity pistol.
What does the Infinity Pistol do?
It has one bullet in the chamber, but you never have to reload, and it has a super high fire rate.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So it's an infinite ammo gun.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, so. What are you guys doing?
Repairing, if possible.
That would be the best, like, joke infinite ammo gun ever. It's like, you have infinite ammo, but you must reload manually every 2 shots.
I mean, that's technically what your guys' pilot weapons have. Except you don't have to reload.
Oh no, you have to reload. If you look at the action economy list, there's the reload action for pilots.
Yes, because some pilot weapons are
Loading.
loading.
Yep.
Not all pilot weapons are loading.
I mean, heavy weapons specifically.
Like Doom's BFG.
He's having a grand old time on the ship right now. All right. As I am cleaning up the board a little bit, I apologize. Make big. Oh. All right, so as everything calms down, Firefly, what happens with the 2 versions of yourself? How does that solve itself out?
We go out, we have a nice dinner, nice little meeting going on. Actually, the way the ability describes it is I just kind of poof out, and then I choose whichever one I want to go, choose the space I want to go in. But if you want to add some flavor to that, feel free.
Absolutely.
I call Mortal Kombat. You most Mortal Kombat.
I was
with
kind of
yourself.
thinking that's exactly what Firefly would do. You know, it's
Hey,
kind of they meet
hug.
in a dark alleyway, and they're like, there can only be one.
Hey Sim, I just supposed to Mortal Kombat music. There's a version. There's royalties free.
So
I have no idea.
As the ability, the split time flow sort of comes to an end, you don't really remember being separate or any other real sort of status other than just being, as the other one collapses to the ground in a clattering, clanking heap of steel, and in a matter of seconds starts to rust and degrade until only a pile of very fine oxidized metal is left. that's caught by a stray breeze and just kind of whisked away into the air.
Oh, there he goes.
Odd. I will have to research this update more often. Anyway, it seems that our adversaries have vanquished. Good job, team.
McCammer, you took quite a hammering. You okay?
But I'm tish.
Haha, Joe.
Wow.
Ah, funny.
Insert humor.
Can I do a repair?
Absolutely. If you guys would like to rest.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I have 2 health.
All right. This is not a full repair. This is just a regular rest, I think.
So I just use one of my repair capacities?
Pretty much. Let me see.
So I'm going to use 2 of my repairs to rearm. Which recharges a lot of my little abilities.
And rest. All right, so you may clear all your heat, clear any statuses and conditions, and restore half of your pilot's HP if you lost any, which I don't believe anybody did.
What about mech HP?
You can use one of your repair points to restore your HP to full.
Beautiful.
You can use 2 repairs to restore 1 structure or 1 stress. And 4 repairs can repair a destroyed mech.
Now, what was that saying about restoring half health?
That's
the
for the pilot.
That's the pilot.
Also, in my case, make 2 repairs to restore
system.
limited weapons.
Hey.
To restore limited systems. Is that helpful?
I believe it would be for you because you used all of your lines. Yeah. You wouldn't really be able to scavenge much of anything from the destroyed mechs, since most of the tech you see is just archaic, consisting of cogs, springs, and what look to be honest-to-God steam tubes. But you have enough spare materials in your pack to make do. Also, Zim, what license level are you?
Where to see?
Should be fairly obvious on the top of your pilot part.
Yeah, top right corner.
Oh, I need to go back to pilot roster. Okay. 6.
Yeah. 6? All right, perfect. Just want to make sure everyone is at level 6.
Yep.
Because I think I made sure everyone was except for you. All right.
Also, bear in mind, people, that your overcharge meter doesn't reset.
Mm-hmm. So you will, that'll just keep on going. Keep on going up.
It keeps going until you full repair. Which doesn't make any sense, to be honest. I mean, I guess you're over-stressing the reactor.
Mm-hmm. Things that you really can't get in there to repair. Unless you're like an actual genius tech wizard.
Genius tech.
You need 10 points in the hack or fix trigger, which no mortal man can attain.
I'll consume probability and swap the dice with a d20.
Can you do that?
No, but I'm joking.
Okay.
It's anytime a D20 is rolled within your vicinity, you can swap it.
Gotcha. All right, is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. So, as all your various tools and resting aids get packed back into your mech storage compartments, you start trundling off, still in the same direction as you were before. Though far in front of you, through the haze and over the horizon, you can see that the hallway, this gigantic cathedral that you've been traversing down for the past about 2 or 3. Actually, I think it's been about a day and a half by this point. At about the end of the second day, you can see that the structure opens up quite a bit. But it's still quite a ways off on the horizon. You have seen quite more of the sort of statue gargoyles perched up near the ceiling, but none of them have dropped down to ambush you, since the initial group did a little while back.
Either they don't want to mess with us, or somebody here is testing us.
It's possible for either one of those outcomes.
Or both. Both is good.
During this walk, you're not quite sure how the topic comes up, but somebody says it says something just in small talk, and now you are embroiled in an argument as to what the name of your mercenary group should be. Since you guys don't have one yet. All the famous sort of mercenary groups have one. Chimera Squad, the Sun Riders, it's like TSUN Riders.
Hammer Squad!
No.
Eridani Cavalry.
Make
Coffee
Hammer
Cavaliers.
Squad!
I am
No.
partial to that one. The caffeinated brawlers.
Well, now that one just doesn't have any creativity to it.
There you go. Put the spelling for it in
Aren't
there.
the Eridani a race in Battle Lords?
Well, the Eridani Light Horse is a mercenary company in BattleTech, which is another mech game. So
I assume Hammer Squad is in all caps.
With 2 exclamation points.
That's when it's actually used.
No, there's an exclamation point at the start and one at the end.
Okay.
oh, was there the upside down exclamation at the start?
I can't do
No,
it. Just
no.
say it's upside. Just okay.
It would be right side up.
Oops. All right. We got 3 suggestions so far. We got the Ember Trove. All right. Hold on. Did you put? I think you can only have one suggestion in this list. We're writing them down on the tabletop.
Yeah, that is my
We're gonna-
suggestion.
Okay.
I
vote we let the viewers choose.
Let's see. What was this? Oh, you're writing that down. Okay. The Ember
The Ember Trove. Yeah.
Yeah.
the Ember Trove type here. I don't know how to delete that one.
There you go.
All right.
Is your coins command broken, Zim, in the chat?
You're not allowed to bribe people with coins to select your option.
I was actually seeing if I had enough for a game breaking.
You can't get breaking your own game.
Come on,
He
Jeff.
knows,
What's going
Safanara.
But I
Roll.
think the coins command is broken.
on? I rolled double 6s. That means something.
It's important.
Boxcars.
Let's see. We've got 5 people. We got 5 suggestions. I think we got 1 from each. I do want the voting to be in character, though.
Oh, if we're doing in character, I wouldn't be suggesting anything.
We can put that's not a real suggestion, but it's
So, Erudite Cavalry is Jaffa's suggestion. Solitaire's suggestion is whatever the captain wants.
The Ember Trove.
Which does mean the captain basically gets 2 votes.
of course. The Ember Trove has 2 votes already. Wow. How does that happen?
Yeah, the automatically wins because we can't. Like we already vote for our own suggestions.
You don't have to vote for your own suggestions.
A camera would.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly. Everybody's gonna vote for their own suggestion.
Except for the robot that doesn't have free will.
We have votes that must be cast. You've already voted. All right. You each have been given a vote.
I don't know if the robot that lacks free will would have a vote then.
That's a good point.
I mean, in order to vote, I'm pretty sure you kind of need to be able to have a free will.
Does the meatbag want to fight me for my rights?
You have no rights. You literally just said you have no free will.
There's a difference between free will and rights, Mr. Meatbag.
Hello.
Not really.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Prescott. Say that you want Hammer Squad.
Do not. No influencing the other members.
I need context. I'm sorry.
Group
We're
name.
trying to vote on the name of the mercenary company. The options are Erudite Cavalry, Hammer Squad, Caffeine Cavaliers, Warp Shifters, and Ember Trove. And McCammer wants you to vote for, well, his one, of course.
First off, I'm proud of most of these. Good job, guys. Actually, none of them are horrible, in my full opinion.
Oh, hey, we've got a vote from the chat for Hammer Squad.
Oh
I think
boy.
If we are allowing things with no will,
Well, okay, the robot
Yeah, but-
follows...
Yeah, but
you
that's
follow
kind of
commands of the captain.
the chat is always going to vote in your favor because it's your stream.
I think the chat
Actually-
should count as a collective one
Actually, the chat typically goes against everything that I want just to see me suffer.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're not
they'll
wrong.
be they will be represented by this much stronger dice.
Okay, I think my vote does not go for the Caffeine Cavaliers. Well, no, tea is caffeine too. Nix that.
Oh,
The
we got
giant
another,
die.
We have,
Oh, we got an influence.
I want to go with Eridani
major.
for my vote.
Oh, God.
Okay.
What did Wyatt vote for?
I will send it to Dova.
An additional option has been added.
Let's see it.
You know, Make Hammer would be willing to accept that name.
All right.
Ship crushers.
Crashers.
Crashers.
Crackers.
I mean, that actually would make more sense if I was still playing Doom. Considering Doom literally walked through 2 fucking giant ships. And
We could be called the Ship Breakers.
what's that? There's no door on this hull? Well, I'll just make one.
I mean,
I-
shipbreaking is, in fact, an in-lore thing. It basically is the salvaging of ships.
Yeah, I mean, we could go for some. The list here
Can-
isn't be all end all. We
can I-
can modify it.
Can I move my vote, Dova?
Yes. Ooh. Oh. Looking ahead. I think we've still got a vote to be cast from Dusty. Or sorry, not from Dusty, from Scrapper. As well
I
as Chat's
choose-
gigantic vote.
At the moment, chat's vote is between. Someone says Amber Trove. I'm assuming that's trying to be Ember Trove, Caffeine Cavaliers, and a Hammer Squad.
Ooh.
Yeah, chat, we got a... Oh, here's another option. The Caffeine Warped Ember Hammer Ship Cavalry.
What's that? What's the acronym for that?
The CWEHSCs.
Give me a
Well-
moment.
Or a noise.
It's a different language. You wouldn't understand it.
We do have like two Horus users in the party, so it makes sense.
Call back to the Tuesday game. What's the man's name? You can't read it. You don't know that language.
Give
I'm
me a
no
second.
expert at democracy, but this is looking an awful lot like a win for the ship crashers.
There we go.
Or
How
a
about the
variant thereof.
proliferation and integration of terrifying organisms and their rehabilitation into society?
What does that stand for?
It's from Red Dwarf.
What's the acronym? I'm dumb. Oh. Fuck me. My mind was on a completely different road there. I can fucking. As far as I see it, I don't think anybody can change this. I mean, we've got an odd number of people here. Chat votes for the Ember Trove, and that's a tie. And then, who voted for it? The Cavalry.
That would have been I.
Hella did.
Well, I need a sure consensus, like a straw poll or something. Gotta give a deadline though.
Well, if it's down to basically 2 Ember Trove or ship crashes, that's what it looks like it is it?
Well, we aren't getting a consensus from chat, so I guess that we're not gonna have them voting. Otherwise, it's just ship
Heads is
crashers.
Ember. Heads is Ember. Ship crashers is Tails.
I would like
For
to.
their
I would
vote.
like to hack one of the
Uh-oh.
Ember Trove and put their vote into mine.
That's a tie.
I can get
Why
my
are you
wife in
putting
on
the
this and
Why are
start
you
partying.
putting the chat's vote on the Ember Trove?
Because that was the coin flip since they're split on it.
No, because Blue Queen changed their vote to Hammer Squad instead of Amber Trove. So there was Blue Queen on Hammer Squad, Wolfab on Caffeine Cavaliers.
There's Wolfbag saying down for Ember Trove.
That's saying they'd be okay with it.
Oh, so
And
So
yes,
what-
yes, it
I
was
think
wired.
the ship crashers does win. As the process of democracy is wonderful and beautiful in every way.
I will get Ember Trove tattooed on me somewhere.
Just do it anyways.
You just do it anyways.
Of the process of democracy, oh, you mean selling all my diplomatic favor to the AI so I can
Oh.
get cash out of it?
I just got disconnected. What the heck?
Chaos.
Disconnect lobby server?
it says here you're connecting. Yep.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Disconnect from
everyone-
server.
Oh.
From server.
Global chat is going crazy. I think it all failed. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
I want to try to create a server. Oh.
I think everyone just got booted.
Don't ask again. Okay, it's up. The server is up. It's a kind of ish old autosave.
I think everyone just may have been booted, like
Yeah.
globally.
Everyone
Yeah.
globally, because the global chat was just exploding.
Huh.
We're gonna save the game real quick here. All right.
Zim, where's your technical difficulties pop up?
I never got one done yet.
Them difficulties are already over. I fixed them. I fixed all
I've
of
been trying to get the more screens done by the guys that or person that did the animation, but they haven't gotten back to me, so I'm gonna have to find somebody else.
it. Diversify my portfolio.
Alright. I just hid the screen because I don't want to bring up the server list with what the weird things people name some of these stuff with.
I just have my server list filtered by friends. It's a checkbox at the bottom. It means you
Oh,
only
okay.
see the servers of friends.
What do you mean you don't want to show the server dick butt?
God, Safadara, there's a reason why I didn't want it shown. It might excite some people.
Okay, so I do have a question for the DM here because I was just looking at at something interesting. The Black Thumb talent. While jockeying your mech, you can do the following actions: extinguish, immediately end all burn effects, field repair, heal 2 HP, and end any slow condition, regment, cool 2 heat.
Hmm.
This doesn't use a repair. Does this mean that in theory, if you have the Black Thumb, the second level in Black Thumb, you can just repair your mech indefinitely?
That's in combat. That's in combat only. Those talents are applicable. That conversation has come up in the Lancer Discord before, and they generally say a rule of thumb is that those talents are specific to combat, just like the engineer repair mechanic is specific to resting, but it's also down to the DM. I suppose you could do limited repairs with the DM's permission.
I'd say that would be. That's more like that's kind of like breaking stuff to make it work better. It's
Well, that does say field repair.
emergency,
so
yeah.
more-
Yeah.
Emergency
guy.
slapping a thing on a thing. It doesn't work like for in between combats. It kind of falls apart after 10 minutes. Not mechanically, you don't lose those HP, but the repair, you can't do it to permanently repair it, just like with
Okay. I was just looking at it on my backup character. I'm like, that is potentially an exploit.
Tanuki, the fight did end. You ended up, I think you ended up killing one of the berserkers while you were right after you left. You killed one of the berserkers. That was, I think, the last thing you killed.
Gotcha.
Have we got everyone in yet? Are you getting there?
Okay.
It took forever for it to kick me out and forever for it to log me back in.
Hell yes.
That's because your value is too high for the system.
Oh shit, dude.
That is correct.
Just too good.
When I do time split, I don't divide, I multiply.
So if you have any choir chapel sounds, I would request that you play them now.
No,
More
I
like-
actually do. Let's see. Temple. There it is. It's not the most perfect list, but... Like, we got Dragon's Reach from Skyrim, Helm's Temple, and the Lady's House from Baldur's Gate. It's a small list, but I think it works.
Alright. As you continue on, members of the... Also, can I get access to edit the Lancer text chat? Because I would like to add in the actual official name that you guys agreed on after a little bit of arguing and maybe
So
a
are
little
we
bit
not
of
Sounds of
bribing
Metal
amongst each other.
anymore?
The actual name of the mercenary squad.
Sounds about is the Gamdam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys applied for a bounty, this is what you'd write down in the application form.
And it's what, the ship crushers?
Crashers.
Crashers.
Like so, Dova?
No, I was just going to put it in the topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here. I can do it this way. There you go.
You might want to put your original Firefly token back, by the way, rather than the 2 copies.
That's true.
I don't know what
Uh,
happened. to
It's Ship Crashers.
It's right here.
I think I'm... Do I have it? Oh, no, you have it. Okay, you're good. There we go. I could probably put the, There you go. License levels right in the topic if you ever forget. As you guys continue onwards. your mech sensors start to pick up a differing atmosphere, as well as a strange gravity start to affect. Gravity starts to shift and kind of undulate as you start to walk forward, almost as if you're passing through a change in the gravity field. Would any of you like to try to investigate this further?
Yes.
All right. What would you like to determine about it?
Origin?
All right, go right ahead.
I assume investigation would actually be perfect for this.
Yeah.
$18.
18. All right. So, as your sensors are processing the data, it slowly kind of puts together a picture that you appear to be nearing an actual planet's gravitational field. And maybe 10 miles away, you're starting to kind of see into this opening of space is a much, much larger open area. As you get closer and closer, you realize it's actually an exit leading out into bright, faintly bluish greenish light.
I informed the party of this.
Well, nowhere to go but onwards.
Yeah, I'm of the same opinion.
All right. Eventually, you start to get within visual sensor range. And soon after, you don't really have to use much magnification to see outside, as through a thin, very slightly ajar door, much like the vault door that you entered through, lets through a beam of bright white sunlight into the polished floors of the hall. The side hallways are much more numerous now, leading off into various branching corridors, archways, and other smaller cathedrals. But as you near the door, the actual gap is a small percentage of the width of the door, but is over 20 feet wide. And as you start to squeeze yourselves through, you are greeted with almost a shocking sight, as right outside is land. Not only land,
That's
but
land.
probably the most idyllic, picturesque landscape many of you have ever seen. Most of the planets in the long rim are just desolate, impossible to live on, radioactive wastelands, highly seismic activity laden sort of volcanic hell pits, and all other fun, dangerous, deadly lands.
So paradise.
Yeah, you guys have apparently just stumbled into a paradise.
Huh.
Shit, we found a Gaia world. Where's the Fallen Empire?
All right, this might push a lot of things off the board. Oh, never mind, we're good.
Nice.
I'm gonna see if our comms work with our ship.
As you try to pick anything up, stepping out into the onto the plateau in which the door is actually still kind of attached. The door doesn't close behind you, thankfully, or it doesn't disappear at least. But you can see that it's about the same sort of style and construction, but a good deal smaller. maybe only 3 miles high, instead of the 15 that it was before. But you're not picking up any of your ship's signals. Which one of you here is experienced in electronics and communication?
I think we could all agree that I've got great communication skills. The captain can vouch for me.
I'm
God,
I'm
we are
gonna mute.
doomed.
I'm muting McHammer's comm unit on my end.
She's having flashbacks to all the dials at the network.
Tanuki has some grasp of it.
Okay.
I would say Allie Firefly has some ways with words.
Do you want technical skills or do you want persuasion skills?
Technical skills, like the ones that you'd use to actually scan for frequencies.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Go ahead
Because
and give me a skill check then.
I think Scrapper would be the best one for that, actually.
I've got engineering. A lot of engineering, if that's what you need.
I think this would be more systems,
Yeah, I don't have a lot of systems.
comms and sensors.
I mean,
I have max systems and a
Then-
sensor range of 15, so I guess
Then
if you want
go.
to.
All right.
I got 4 systems and sensor of 10.
Okay.
I do not appear to be able to pick up my dice.
You have been
I'm
disconnected.
Yep.
Oh,
I
we're
got-
losing our boys.
Round 2.
And we're failing, and I'm getting a failure with Prescott.
No, that's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm here still.
Global chat's going crazy again.
I'm not looking at global chat. Actually, I'm absolutely not poggered. All right.
It's the
Okay,
connection.
back-
We're too far away.
If you'd like to try to scan for any comm signals, everybody can give me a skill check.
Would get a hold of something count towards this?
No.
16.
16, all right.
Alright. I don't think investigate will work either, or survival, so that's a flat roll for me.
Yeah, flat roll for me too.
3.
3, all right.
There's buttons,
safe to
guys.
say that will not make it.
I missed it by 1, didn't I? I knew. I knew it did.
Ooh. All right. So, anybody who got above a 10, so passed, would know that there are, in fact, a decent amount of radio transmissions kind of zipping throughout, kind of coming from all directions, at varying distances. None of them particularly strong. If you got a 15 or above, which I believe is going to be Arbiter as well as Tanuki, I believe you would have gotten pretty decent at that. Pretty decent roll.
Okay.
Did you roll this or?
I rolled this one here.
Okay. If you got above a 15, that means that you'd actually be picking up a quite kind of clustered frequencies and transmissions coming from just over the horizon, over some of those hills in the distance.
Okay. I did not get that high.
Gotcha. So this would be just Arbiter.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be sensing a strong distribution in a quite small area, indicating a town or a settlement.
I'm basically just gonna point with the bow towards the direction and start marching.
All right. As you step off the stone plateau, your mech's feet are met with kind of pleasantly soft, grassy plains underfoot. It feels real. It's not actively dragging you under or killing you, so that's a good start. Is everybody following?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
I am.
Yeah.
It is currently evening on the planet, so you'd be able to make it a decent ways, you think. But food is pretty nominal. Supplies are pretty okay. But you've
Can
got
I make a culinary check to see if any of the local fauna or flora even, sorry, flora or even fauna is edible?
Absolutely.
That would be a 13.
13? Quite a bit of it, actually. The lands that you find yourselves in are extremely fertile, with quite a bit of edible wildflowers, herb bushes, as well as quite a few patches of root vegetables. Just seem to be almost kind of growing out in the open. You see a little bit of evidence of animals feeding on it, but it's pretty kind of pristine.
Cool. I'll be collecting choice selections as I go.
All right.
Preparing meal for the party. Obviously, if I see any fauna, I'll be making a quick judgment of look good to eat. If yes, murder.
All right.
It's a
Well-
bag of meat, and the meat bags I travel with need meat to live.
Tuniki will.
I mean, if you need
Kind of
any
tail.
root vegetables exploded out of the ground, I'm your girl.
Tuniki will kind of follow Solitaire, tail them out of curiosity, if anything.
All right. So, as you continue along, it takes maybe an hour, kind of treading through the. Oh, Jeffrey, you got disconnected. Uh oh.
And I got
it's
disconnected.
happening.
Oh, everyone.
It's happening,
again.
boys.
There we
Yep.
go.
Wide the wave, guys.
I think Zim's still connected to me.
I seem to be so far. Somehow.
Service
I
for
am
what,
the only
boys?
survivor!
Only one. I'll kick you just to finish this process.
No!
There will be
No!
no witnesses.
Avoid it. Postpone it. Destiny still arrives.
Do we continue considering the
Yeah, we don't need a map right now, but as darkness starts to fall, your continued analysis of these radio waves, they all seem to be encrypted with a key that is unfamiliar to you. So you're really not able to get in on any of the conversations or frequencies. But coming over a ridgeline as darkness finally seems to spread over the planets, you see a quite sizable settlement built up of a sort of a mishmash of assorted styles, buildings, and architectures. You can see a hefty amount of lights. You can see vehicles zipping around the sort of airways nearby it. But as you're kind of examining these vehicles more closely, you can see that a good bit of them are actually dogfighting, and that's the only comparison you could have. You've studied military tactics as part of your upbringing, and you would recognize that most aerial fighting is definitely not done this way. They're close quarters, guns only, and there are tons of them. There's about 12 of them, and you can see on the outskirts, kind of off to one side, there's actually what appears to be a ground battle raging. A tremendous amount of shrapnel, tracer fire, laser fire, plenty of strange exotic weapons being basically unleashed on, from this distance, what looks to be just a writhing mass of combat. Are you guys back in?
I'm still loading.
Not yet.
I haven't been able to find you again.
Yeah, the
For me-
Steam friends list is offline, that's why. I've been waiting for it to reconnect.
Yeah, me too. So is it a Steam issue?
I don't
looks
know.
like it.
I mean, it's weird that I managed to stay connected.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm having trouble getting back, but I'm keeping trying.
But yeah, I'll almost silently relay this to other people.
All right. And as you get a little bit closer, everybody would basically be able to see all this, especially with the help from Arbiter's sensors and analysis skills.
I hate my favorite boss fight theme from Guild Wars 2.
You guys assume we're on like a shared tactical net or something like that.
Correct.
You're going to see Solitaire start just marking everything out there as little red. Yeah, red hostile, ready to attack.
I mean, I'd rather not get involved in someone else's war. Well, not unless we can exploit them afterwards.
They haven't noticed us yet, have they?
Nope.
We shall rule them like gods! Angry gods!
Are they in mechs or are they just individuals?
You are sensing both individuals as well as mech-sized combatants.
I say we keep an eye on them for now, but try not to interact unless we have to, until at least it's over with.
We should set up. We should find some cover to set up on. Maybe have the village idiot ready to deploy his shield when we need it.
That seems to work. It's a good idea.
As you guys are sort of strategizing and getting a little bit more acquainted, you pick up a sensor contact, a fairly large one, moving at a somewhat slow pace up from the city. It is a big hulking industrial thing that you can see slowly kind of approaching.
I
Looks to be
will.
double the size of a Barbarossa.
I will attempt to friendly ping it.
All right. Almost instantaneously, you receive a automated reply, basically saying, replying on the same frequency that you pinged it with, saying, "We're sorry. This unit has not been equipped for intelligent conversation. This is an automated reply. Please contact 555-555 0CEAB F1 for any further conversation. Thank you for your patience."
I will attempt to contact that frequency then.
All right. As you do so, you can hear the radio kind of trying to reach out and contact it, but it's having troubles kind of parsing its communication standard, as it appears to be a bit different. But after a little while, it seems to at least find maybe like a compatibility mode. But the actual version is very old.
Wait, compatibility with Windows 95?
Yeah,
That's what I want to
it's
say.
like it like needs compatibility with like Windows Server 2000 or something like that.
Oh god.
And it's the year like 5,000. 5,000 plus like another 10,000. Something like that. But after a little while, somebody actually does respond. What would be your initial hail?
Neutral party that just stumbled upon like what's the advised course of action?
All right. The voice comes back kind of crackly as their communication equipment is not very good, but it comes back saying, "I don't recognize the transponder codes as being from one of ours, so you must be new around here, eh?"
Oh god, he's Canadian.
I was just about to say the same thing.
We just I'll respond with my Lancer ID and call sign and say that we literally just traveled here for a Metafold Vault.
Say, and this is for my own personal curiosity and just to make sure that you're in the right place. Did at any point did any of you die? You remember that? As if I say that word, memories should come flooding back up. Anybody?
I think we're all good.
Well, there was this one time where I had a car fall on my.
It would have been like if you start thinking about it, it'll just like it's like right there. That's what would happen. So you're not.
If you never lived to begin with.
That voice seems awfully robotic to me. So I'm gonna assume that you're a robot of some sort.
That would be correct.
All right. Well, I don't think a lot of the rules really apply to you, but we'll figure it out when you get close.
We met dead versions of ourselves, if that counts.
I'll start poking around, see if anybody's seen those, because you know, that might cause some issues with the bosses. Anyways, I'll give you a quick rundown of the rules here. Rule number 1. Actually, I think you guys are technically alive, so discount that. Rule number 2.
Technically alive?
Let me back. I'll back up.
We're alive. Ignore rule 1.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I got disconnected.
I can't even connect.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I-
still
Server's down.
connected.
Anyways,
For now.
so here's the deal.
I'm the captain now.
You guys are in Valhalla.
Oh, there it goes.
It's probably not what it's actually called, but I mean that's what everyone has started calling it because that makes the most sense. Feel free to kill anyone because they'll come back in a few hours.
Odd.
Yeah.
Which also means anyone's free to try and kill us.
Yeah, I'd watch your backs until you actually get like some sort of big marking so that nobody wants to kill you willy-nilly, because it's happened before and it gets awkward. Because I assume you boys don't want to really stay around for too long.
We'd prefer to get back to our ship if at all possible.
We have a mission to complete.
Gotcha. How about you come in and you talk to somebody who's actually kind of good at getting somebody integrated here? Because I'm not. I'm literally just manage these resource drones. Yeah. Also, we can get you on our sort of citywide comms.
I guess that would be agreeable, but if we're fired upon by any party, we will probably fire back.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You're hearing in this background. Probably, definitely.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Well, like I kind of did build Arbiter to be a negotiator, so I'm trying to negotiate to the best of my player ability.
Hey, that's complete. Yeah.
I have like a +6 in most social skills.
Oh yeah. Load.
Hey, it's back.
Game is back up.
Okay, I shall join in.
But
I
for
keep
how
getting,
long?
But yeah.
That-
I
keep
still
getting
haven't managed to
server-
get in.
Yeah, I haven't gotten in yet.
Check again. Close your game and start it up if you must.
It keeps saying server timed out. It's like I just logged onto it. It can't time out for something I just logged onto.
I like how we hear the tabletop main menu music from Sim.
Now I'm restarting tabletop.
Okay,
So-
so I will list the exact number of our party, and we'll move in a spearhead configuration towards the city.
All right. You see the large resource drone kind of start to trundle past. It's like a giant dump truck, but with a handful of robot arms kind of sticking out the sides, as well as you can see a handful of drone nexuses, but very, very primitive, very early tech, sort of a configuration.
That looks like something the Scrapper would like to take apart, I'm not gonna lie.
But of course.
It looks real crunchy.
Ah, crunch is the best.
So I'm gonna suggest that Scrapper goes up front with Macabre beside him, since they are the two big mechs.
All right.
And then we'll just sort of we'll have like 2 or 3 on the wings, and I'll sit in the center where I can pretend I have an entourage, where I can throw shields on people if I need to.
All right.
No objections.
So, getting closer and closer to the town, you actually take a handful of pot shots It doesn't appear that they were aimed at you, but there was a large spray of automatic fire from inside one of the streets that just happens to kind of land somewhere near you. One of them pinging off of Scrapper's armor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's a hostile action, and I can move very fast.
Are you sure? That's still like a quarter mile away.
So what most weapons, what the longest range weapons are 30?
It's
Yeah,
not.
for effective fire.
It's not a weapon range thing. It's just stray bullets that came out of the sea.
Yeah, it wasn't really aimed. But it technically would be hostile action if you're going to start just sprinting off at full overcharge speed at it.
Well, I can make what 18, 24. I can make about 30 squares in one movement round.
Pretty good. I'd say you'd be moving at a solid clip.
So
But since we aren't technically in mech combat, then a lot of the crunch rules don't really apply.
I was just thinking if it's like some individual with a machine gun,
Mm-hmm.
he made a mistake.
Does anybody call him back?
I would probably call him back.
Make Hammer would, but he's still muted.
I would look up.
Do I reach the target before I get called back?
You get called back before you do. It's quite a ways to the town at this point.
Is this where we just slowly raise his volume by 1.5, 2, and we just hear him muttering because he doesn't even realize?
I'll when he comes back, I'll whisper into his ear. For now, we're here to observe, but there will be a time when I want you to make their values non-existent.
Yes, master.
All right. So, as you get closer and closer, you're just at the city limits now, and you can see that there's a large, actually well-made sign. It's like almost like a billboard, but made out of steel and what seems to be obviously just printer slag. That says in proud, golden encrusted, and by encrusted it's kind of like spray paint, but like gold leaf just like shot at high speed. That just says "Welcome to Valhalla." And just in small letters, "Have fun." And there's a lot of like bullet holes around the sign. One of the corners is just sliced off. I mean, you can hear off in the distance that battle on the hillside is just continuing to rage. You figured by now it seems to be just a free for all.
Huh.
I mean, if they can't die, they might as well go hog wild.
Mm.
Make Hammer is looking for the mead or ale or any other kind of booze that he's sure they've got to have somewhere.
Every other like storefront is either a saloon, an ale house, a meadery. There's even some vineyards, distilleries. Of course, attached to bars right next door. And there is, like in Wild West movies, where it's not really that seriously portrayed, but it's just crazy. There's just mayhem. There's like people flying out of windows and like gunfights happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with futuristic weapons.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Thankfully, there's no mechs out in the streets at the moment, but you can see one down the road that is that is currently dealing with a handful of pilots that are trying to get in. It's just kind of flailing its arms and trying to scrape them off.
Does anyone get within 4 squares of us?
Actually, nobody does. As you're walking through the streets, you recognize something striking. Every single person is marked. On their forehead, in sort of a blazing white seal that seems to shimmer and shine, is a large kind of sigil. I'm not good at art, but you know.
Because that's my sort of threshold. If anyone gets within 4, I can make it to them, stab them, and get back in 1 move.
Ah,
Make Hammer is gonna go to one of the Well, he's gonna go to a couple of the different ones. He's gonna clear out one of his shoulder fridges and just get a nice selection of the local drinks and fill up his shoulder fridge with them.
You're resupplying on booze and liquor.
okay. What sort of money do you actually have?
I mean, we got mana.
I
Looking
have
around.
I have extra supplies.
All of your money is definitely not accepted. Also, everybody seems to be a little bit wary of you, since all of them seem to have that glowing kind of floating seal. It floats a few centimeters right over the forehead. Some of the people wearing combat helmets and hard suits, the seal is still floating just outside, kind of blazing hot golden light.
From Golden Light they come.
Perhaps.
Make Hammer's gonna be mumbling under his breath that he doesn't like this place and would like to just leave.
Do you have anything to trade with them?
He'll offer some of his beer.
yes.
You know, the beer that was in the fridge, but yeah.
Considering that's literally what my character brought was extra rations. So it says these rations can be used to barter or boost morale. Chocolate, coffee, alcohol, preserved goods.
Chocolate. If you whip that out at any point, that gets him going. I'd say out of most of the things.
If we're trying to trade something, it'll be, well, I've got these available.
Mm-hmm. That is worth its weight in gold. As from looking around, you see a handful of hydroponic setups, large greenhouses, but most of it is kind of dedicated to some of it's food, but most of it is dedicated to tobacco, coffee. But I mean, kind of looking around, nobody seems to have adequate amount of cocoa. You're kind of learning bits and pieces about how this place works.
What about coffee?
Coffee, they do have it. However, when you try to trade your beer, McHammer, it is turned down. They turn their noses up at it. And you soon get an appreciation why, as one of the pilots, quite large, almost like just a brick wall of a man, kind of looms over to you, holding a fairly small cup in his hands. Actually, he'd be about the same size as you.
I was gonna say, Make Hammer is huge as himself.
I forgot about that. But he kind of hands it over to you and says, "We don't really need much of your old world stuff. You get quite good at it."
I was just wanting to try some of the local stuff and maybe take some with me. Thank you much, friend. Yeah, he'll definitely taste it.
You are nearly knocked off your feet. In all your life, you've never tasted something so perfect.
Okay, now he's happy. Now he never wants to leave.
You look over at your cooler full of fairly
subpar water.
Yeah. subpar, like just bottom shelf expired stuff compared to the Amasec which you've just imbibed in.
When you go to a place that your top shelf is bottom shelf.
Yeah. And there's taps all over the wall. You've stumbled into a proper ale house. You can smell roasted meats, deep fried delights, and snacks everywhere. And as you're milling about, a bar fight breaks out. A handful of the patrons crash down from the upper floor, and as the dust from the impact settles, the loser is on the ground with a gaping hole in his chest as the winner kind of flicks the blood off his knife and sheathes it, giving a big fist bump to one of the passersby, before somebody yells at him something about rule number 5. The guy kind of fine as he grabs the guy's bodies and starts to drag it outside.
We didn't hear what Rule 5 was, did we? We didn't even get to hear
No,
all
we
the
were
rules.
we were supposed to be meeting with this person, or try to find somebody. He said he tried to find somebody who's better at inauguration, and we ran after McHammer chasing down beer.
Mm-hmm. You found beer. Holy shit! You found beer.
So we'll drag McHammer back.
Make Hammer will not go willingly. No!
Our mech-
I need it all!
Your mechs are outside. There is actually a mech corral.
Except for me, I'm...
We'll
Yeah,
see about picking up a bounty, and we'll get your share of the payment in beer. How's that?
Fine!
For Crunch, we are using pilot combat rules. If you do want to start a fight, a solitaire.
I'm... Well, I was assuming if I'm using mech scale weaponry, I'm pretty much going to be slaughtering anything I fight.
Consider it a pilot. I think it's light melee. So what a combat knife would be.
But
If we get into
basically,
that, but yeah,
I'm not going to start a fight, but if someone starts one with me, I will end them with 1,000,000 stabs.
fair enough. All right.
I also, don't forget everyone, I did re-arm my explosives. So, worst case scenario, McHammer, we come back here later, I place a breaching charge on the back wall, and we just take it.
You know,
There's
that actually
a,
kind of sounds like the way this world works, so yeah, let's go for it.
As you leave out the front, you can see that the dead guy has been propped up in one of the chairs outside, with his hat kind of placed over his eyes. If you didn't see the gigantic hole in the chest, you'd figure he'd be sleeping, but that large sigil over his forehead is still kind of burning. So you've deduced by now that he'll come back to life in a bit.
I want to put my hand in it.
You want to put your hand in it? I mean, you can if you want.
Captain Raiden, your crew.
Do you do so, Scrapper?
He does, but
I-
slowly.
I
Alright, you
try
carefully
heavily. It's like
Kinda-
watching kids.
kind of reach over and lightly poke your hole in. It feels slightly still warm, very squishy, and kind of wet and disgusting.
Incredible.
I don't know your exact upbringing, but You have now checked off a bucket list box of touch a dead person directly and not through the mech.
Haha. Bucket list item. Touch a person in the middle of revival.
I'm going to. I am really tempted. What are we? We're in a street, right?
Yeah, it's like it is a paved street. The bricks themselves aren't kind of normal bricks. You would see that there's a sort of unnatural fineness to them that would identify them as being printed.
So, are there loose rocks, stones, anything like that around?
Yeah, I'd say you can like pry up a kind of cracked brick on the corner.
Cool. I'm going to, since this person's clearly dead, it doesn't matter, I'm going to insert this cracked bit of rock into their heart. And just leave it there.
Okay.
I'm going to pull it back out.
What are you doing that for? Having a
It's-
meat bag with a rock in their heart would be amusing.
That seems incredibly disrespectful.
Yeah, I just touched it. You're defiling it.
It's
One
a
of the-
dead
one of
meat
the peop-
bag. Would you
one of the
rather I
people
cook it?
One of the people inside the saloon notices this going on and kind of pokes their head out and just hollers, "Rule 5, fuck dart!" Oh, wait a minute, you guys new here?
Yeah.
I apologize.
You guys aren't.
Yeah.
You guys don't have the thing. I was just about to fucking let her rip on you.
Firefly
What's
walked
rule
up.
5?
Rule 5: don't mess with dead people and let them revive normally.
Very
Yeah,
good
okay.
to know. I
Also-
apologize for our crew.
Oh,
We are new
Subset
here.
of it: if you do kill a guy, put him in a nice place so that he doesn't wake up and immediately die. All right.
Oh, okay.
Fragile cordial for a place that everybody's just freely dying.
Yeah, it's I mean, they give out they tell you the rules when you actually check in, but I think you need to be dead. So,
Understandable.
the rules kind of do apply, but you're like, as long as you don't kill anyone, we're not supposed to kill you.
That's very good to know. Thank you. And then she'll hold out her hand for a shake for the information.
I shan't kill
Hello.
anyone.
He'll shake your hand.
Make Hammer is kind of fingering his hammer and eyeing some of the various brawl fights, almost
Alright.
longingly.
So I'm just doing the calculation. If they're not allowed to kill us until we kill someone, we have free reign.
I am pretty sure there's more than just 5 rules in place for that
There's-
type of situation.
It's about 30
Mm,
at this time, but a lot of subsets, a lot of exceptions. Honestly, it's a pretty balanced law kind of system. I think it really helps that nobody can be actually executed for not following the laws. So
that seems to
everyone, yeah.
check out.
Anyways, if you're looking for information, the mayor's office is kind of right down the street. As he points to a strangely out of place, almost exotic looking building. It's composed of swirling kind of ivory panels and pillars that kind of tower up into a large pillar spire that reaches up about maybe 100 feet or so.
Oh no, it's the Tower of Saruman.
There's no gigantic eye at the top.
No,
Fire-
the Sauron. Yeah, I've said Minas Tirith, which is Saruman's one, which is the one that he sent the Urukai from. The other one is Minas Morgul, which is Sauron's tower.
Gotcha. It is. It's not nearly that.
Grand?
What's the word? Not grand. Fuck.
Pompous?
not overbearing, foreboding, and ominous. It did have that same sort of style as the halls which you triapsed through.
Firefly will thank him again and address the group. Come on, let's go. We shall oh my god, how will she word this? She was like,
Partake?
no, we shall treat this as a business meeting.
Okay.
Best behavior, or else I will turn this violent paradise around.
Aww.
But what if I want to see that?
There's a time and a place.
Through sheer confusion and curiosity, I want you to turn this place around.
So it's like
What?
you turn to Solitaire. No violence, or we stop. It's like
Yes.
no violence, or I let Solitaire loose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let the Paracausal AI command the Emperor while I walk out in my best regalia.
All right, you look absolutely resplendent. But you do get a little quip in your headset from the NHP in your mech, just saying, none of this makes sense.
None of anything ever makes sense.
I've had to deal with 7 paradoxes in the roughly 12 seconds that I've had full control.
Mm.
Make that 12 now.
15. Do me a favor and cycle me once this is all over.
Sure. For the record, Dova, by the way, I also have data playing, which means that I have subdermal implants, which I would have gotten when I was younger, growing up in a noble house, which means I have like ocular augmented reality and translation software.
Ooh.
As well as the ability to speak semi-silently to people, because it's like subvocal and vocal. If you read the data playing, it allows for a lot of creativity.
Mm-hmm. You just think about and make the motions of speaking, or act like you're about to speak, and it just kind of works. It's hard to get used to, but you've gotten used to it. You've been wearing it your whole life.
Yep.
You start making your way down the street, down the dusty streets. Those of you with NHPs, you can make your mechs just kind of follow behind, or you can be in your mechs.
Bug knows what to do.
All right.
You know, I have done
Calling.
nothing with Make Hammer's NHP, but he will have it follow.
Okay. If it's like a dummy plug or a normal NHP,
It's
then
the talent one.
Technophile.
Yeah. Technophile 3, actually.
Hey. All right. But it'll be up to you to determine the personality. Anyways.
He's probably very boisterous and encouraging of Make Hammer's boisterousness, if that's a word. If it isn't,
And for
I'm
the,
inventing it.
Well, Scrapper's NHP is very tempering and the voice of reason. The interior of McHammer's mech is just one big echo chamber.
For the record, it's that NHP. I don't know if it means anything to you, Dova.
The Sisyphus. Ooh,
Yeah, the Sisyphus class NHP.
that's spicy.
Because it has the AI tag, means that I can give it autonomous control over the mech.
Zerth.
Yes.
You're not quite sure, but you would have suspected recently.
Yeah, her and Bug's relationship has been interesting these past couple months,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Whale Skull.
Mr. Barry.
Barry.
Barry. Because it's spelled with an A.
Yep. She's been trying to have conversations with Bug. It has not been productive, but actions have been odd.
Mm-hmm.
You've had more conversations with your lobster cat thing.
Bubbles?
Yep.
Bubbles. Holds such a good conversation.
Mm.
Insert crab noises. Good conversation.
Anyway, to the Tower of Doom. I mean, the mayor's office.
All right. So, inside the rather grand entrance, you can see that a handful of people are currently posted up here on very lax guard duty. It's just two guys with two guys in combat hard suits currently playing cards at a corner table. It's just kind of been set up.
I mean, to be fair, in a place where death is irrelevant, like, what the fuck are you guarding from, really?
You're not quite sure, but they kind of look over, they see you enter, and you can... Actually, I want a spot check from everybody.
That'd be a problem, because I haven't got back in game.
18 from me.
18. I can roll for you if you tell me what your spot modifier is. If you have a spot, any sort of spot trigger.
Yeah, I do have a spot. It's +2.
Spot +2. Okay. Oof, you got a 17.
I have 13.
13.
20.
20.
But I need to... Oh, hey, there's a d20. I don't think I've got any bonuses to spot, so 14.
All right. Where's my mech players? So the as the one of the guards turns over, you can see that it is actually a female, as you can see through the visor. But her playing partner, 100% as she turns her back to look at who enters, 100% switches some of the cards around. You don't think he saw you. At least you don't think that he is aware that you guys know exactly what the fuck he did.
I'm gonna walk up to the table.
All right.
I'm gonna say good evening.
How are ya? I'm guessing
Then
you
I
want to
get-
see the mayor?
Then I'm gonna say, what's that over there? Pointing behind the man.
He looks.
I'm gonna swap the cards back around.
Okay.
Oh, my mistake. It was nothing. Yes, I'd like to see the mayor.
All right. He gives you a quick once over. You're not sure exactly what he's looking for, but he starts making his way over to the elevator.
If he's looking for armaments, I have a what looks to be a elongated, ornate Chinese sword at my side. It's a family heirloom, and I have a flintlock pistol on the other. Collector's item.
He raises an eye at the flintlock pistol, but otherwise ignores it. Doesn't appear that he's actually checking weapons. But he'll just say, The elevators should work for you. It's a little wonky at first, but I think you'll get used to the feeling real quick.
Okay.
As he motions over the large, very smoothly paneled door, still closed, but as you get closer, it automatically opens for you. And you can see that the inside is indeed a glass elevator. The floor kind of peering down into a shaft that leads down just seemingly forever. But there is a
Captain?
button. There's a holographic button panel on the side that kind of springs to life as you kind of look towards the side.
Captain, shall we all go or just a select few?
It may be best to a few of us go and a few stay behind, just for some potential backup. But she would go in.
I'll go ahead and stay out here.
Okay.
Tanuki's suddenly gonna feel really sick and have to rush off.
Okay.
No idea why.
One of the female guard looks over to you, and as you're starting to head off, and say, "Hey, you okay?"
I ate something bad this morning or something. I think I know what it is. I'll be fine.
Okay. Not sure where to tell you to go because we don't have bathrooms here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Sorry. Shit. Do you have like a?
Well, yes, that is what he's wanting to do, you know.
I fucking go in one of the alleyways. But I think we understand. We'll get one of the subalterns on it.
All right. I'll find a container or something.
Find a okay. All right. So, who all is heading up?
Myself and Firefly, Scrapper and Solitaire are undecided as of yet.
I'll be following Captain's orders.
All right.
I mean, it's usually in my best interest to stick with the captain, even if he continues to insult me. And lower my value again and again and again.
That's pretty rude.
You get your value up. Gotta do a value increasing.
Yeah, your
when
values.
did you raise my value? When did you ever do it once, except when I made the coffee machine, but it still wasn't as good.
Your trying has put points into your value, though, so do not worry about it until your value becomes nothing.
Your value is higher than
like
McCammer's, at least. No, his value is negative.
Oh. Not last.
Nope, not last. Not first. Not last.
Just checking something. Super heavies, you can't make overwatches with those, can you?
Correct. It is a quick action.
Cute.
So because for super heavies you need a barrage to fire.
Cool. Sorry, just wanted to double check that.
No problem. Go ahead and put your mech where you are. Right, Scrapper and McHammer.
So we're...
Oh, but I don't want Tanuki to go alone. That's just like a bad time.
McHammer's just setting up a defense thing while the rest are heading in.
All right, McHammer, you go in one, and I'll do the other one.
Sounds good to me.
All right. As you set up like a defensive position inside the lobby, these guys just kind of look over to you and just kind of watch. A
They
little
seem
bit
confused.
interested as to exactly what you're doing, but after a while, they sort of get in the mood and they start to help you fortify. Like they use their fairly archaic communicator to request a subaltern to bring some construction materials and sandbags and such.
I wonder who won the card game.
You are not sure as you are whisked up the tower. McHammer, go ahead and give me a skill check to fortify.
Great idea.
What are
Truly
you
great.
doing?
I'd just like you to know that that is a fantastic idea. It's a great, truly great, really, truly great idea that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find my skills.
So we'll go with those up in the tower for now. We'll come back.
Oh wait, hacker. So invent or create, right?
Yeah, I'd say that would apply.
Cool. I'll just steal this d20. 9.
All right. We'll come back with those results.
Oh joy.
The tower's elevator is a disconcerting experience. Only the floor seems to move, almost like a platform pushing you all up. And your instinct is almost exclusively fear, as you're threatened to almost get tossed off the side and into a sizable kind of void space inside the actual elevator shaft. However, as you get closer to the top and as it slows, that fear sort of subsides. One of the doors opening into a small kind of antechamber, with a kind of a stark contrast to the wild, almost frontier-like town below. Um, there's a small fountain babbling in the corner, a little kinetic sculpture, kind of chimes and clacks as little arms just sort of flow almost uh, just without expending any actual power. But the door in front of you seems to be unlocked. It appears to be an actual kind of airlock door.
I think it is that time for me.
All right.
But
We
as
will-
arranged.
Yep. I got you. I'll figure out something for you.
Alright. I just need to come back in full force when this is done.
All right.
Thank you.
You have a fantastic night.
You too.
Continuing forward into the next room, you see it is a quite large office. Um, there's a large, exquisitely crafted aluminum and titanium alloy desk, along with quite a few filled bookshelves. There's a small seating area. There's a handful of tapestries, paintings on the wall, and kneeling on a large sort of meditation mat is a fairly well-dressed figure. Well-dressed in comparison to the rest of the town. But McHammer, especially, you would recognize that some of the gear he's wearing.
Mick Hammer isn't here. He's downstairs, remember?
Oh, right. I forgot. My time is coming as well.
Your time is now.
My time is now.
It's close in that hand.
I'm gonna pull out my flintlock pistol and shoot him at
Are you sure? It's actually an illusion. Anyways, as you enter, he stays completely still for a few more moments before he slowly turns his head, holding up a hand in greeting. He says, "Come in. Make yourselves comfortable." That same blazing seal is on his forehead.
I'll go in.
I'll do just that. It's like, finally we get to somewhere with a bit of class.
This is totally your jam. You can see that there's a handful of doors leading to other areas. Notably, through one of the open archways, you can see a handful of other, almost what appear to be monks. They all have that same sigil, but they're dressed in a more scholarly, kind of studious apparel.
Damn, I thought you were going to say they're dressed in red robes, and then I was suddenly going to shout, "Do it!"
But he kind of motions for you to enter. Slowly rising from his seated position.
Overlooking Coruscant.
overlooking literal Valhalla. You don't bear the mark of death, so.
No, we
Order 66.
Continue. Sorry.
We have only been in this space for about 2 days, traveling through a Metafold Vault.
That's how all of the unmarked seem to come through here. You're not the first. I'll break the news to you. And I don't suspect you'll be the last. Have you met some of the locals?
We have indeed.
Mm-hmm.
We also witnessed the what some outside would call miraculous disregard for life and death, but it is what it is.
At times, I still find myself amazed by how such a thing truly exists. Only in mythology could this place, this way of life make sense, but here we are. The magic of the Metafold Vaults of Ra.
That's one way to put it. It is very interesting here.
Yes. Since you are unmarked, then the laws of the land protect you from immediate action.
What are these laws?
It's a set of rules to at least preserve a slight shred of honor in society. You have a separate set of laws, so I don't expect you to follow along with the original ones. As long as you refrain from killing, then you should remain alive. And we have had outsiders die here in the past. If you do so, you will receive a mark and be unable to leave. I assume at least some of you know of what Valhalla is, at least in the traditional mythological sense.
I've heard of it through texts.
A place for the dead who die in battle to forever enjoy a sort of peace in their own way. It seems to work exactly like the mythos say. I wouldn't be surprised, since you all are Lancers yourselves, to find some of your kind here. It seems that this land seems to attract that type.
Well, most glory seekers searching meta vaults hire Lancers to check them out for them, which is why we were here in the first place.
Sorry, your voice was extremely robotic for a little while there. Is that happen for everybody else or just me?
I
It's
think
my
just you.
It was my audio engine.
It is me as well.
Everything's good on my end.
All right, I think it's just me then.
I'll type.
All right, I'm gonna restart Discord.
And thus the DM was lost into eternity.
Without guidance, the table
Um,
goes into chaos.
And so it came to pass
how
on
about
that
now?
fateful evening of the Discord
Yes.
Sounds
restart.
fine to me.
What about
Oh
me?
boy, your voices are all robot-y.
Ooh.
Then
Sounds
Zim
fine to me, though.
might have to change the server location.
I mean, I can. I just... Generally, when it's only one person, it's something on their end, but I will change the server.
Might help. All right, how about
Bada
now?
boo. Bada boom.
Yes, then.
Still sound clear to me.
Yep.
Hell
clear.
yes, now you guys sound clear. You guys were mega robot mode. All right, back into the game.
Isn't Jaffer supposed to be a robot?
That's true. We need to give you permanent robot voice. So, what was the last thing?
I was saying that usually people who are seeking Metafolds hire Lancers to go in and find them for them, so it's no coincidence.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, you'll probably want to know exactly how to leave, as the ones before you have.
Yes, that was going to be my next topic of interest.
On the other side of this planetoid, the one we're on is of comparable size to Luna. There is a proving grounds. We've had people go there and try to brave the interior, but those of us with marks can't actually enter. So we don't know very much on what's inside. We do know from carvings on the outside that to enter, you will know exactly how to leave. It appears you might have to enter another complex to leave the complex you're in. As ironic as that may be.
Well, I mean, this place already defied expectations to begin with, so what's a little more?
Yes. Nothing seems too out of the ordinary since we've been here. This is not
That's-
surprising.
That's fair enough.
They literally have an AI crunching about 36 paradoxes as we speak.
Mhm.
37.
Holding steady at 37. Cancel that.
It's now gone down to 36 somehow.
Yeah, it's now gone down to 36. So I would ask if we have an area to rest up before depart, and if there is anything at all left behind by others, information on this place.
Those who leave are in quite a hurry to do so, so we have very little to go by, other than the people who guard. There are entities who guard it, and those who guard it are of similar composition to the ones that tend to ambush travelers on the way in. Were you ambushed by a small group of combatants on the way in?
Yes, they pose as gargoyles in the in the archways.
I've theorized that it's the way of the vault testing you, just getting a feel for those who enter it. As every unmarked group who's made it through this far has in fact faced them and won. I surmise that there's an innumerable amount who have fallen to those guardians and have never made it out. But yes, there's a
Valkyries then.
I suppose. Though Valkyries of lore would escort those who have died in battle here. Those who die in that battle don't seem to actually arrive here. Or they do and don't have any memory of it. He gets a ping on his communicator. Oh. It appears you actually have somebody who might know you here. I don't suppose the call sign 2D would be of any importance to you, would it?
Yes.
2D.
Oh, sorry, I don't say that because I.
Yeah, you don't say that. You don't know her.
This character joined afterwards, but
You have no idea who that is.
Yep.
Not.
There's another call sign in case you don't recognize it. What is it? The cataphract. No? Okay. Well,
Make
it
Hammer
says you
would
might not
know.
recognize it. Make Hammer would, but he's not there.
Damn it.
Hammer would know exactly who that is. Regardless, there is a place we keep aside for people such as yourself. You'll find a Schedule 2 printer inside that should be able to repair your mechs. But try to keep out of the locals' way. And there are some who find the allure of this place a bit too intoxicating. Keep that in mind.
We shall.
everybody's mind just flashes to McHammer.
Meanwhile, you hear an explosion outside. If only.
Actually,
I
outside.
didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm right here. You were all looking at me.
Actually, outside, McHammer, as you've never built sandbags before. You've never done that like super like soldier fortifications. You've kind of always been the bunker, so you've never really done this before. So you kind of do what you see on the movies, and it appears that your helpers have never seen it either. as you can hear a faint stomping outside at a quite high speed, as at least one mech just sprints up, skids to a halt, and stops. Your guard compatriots instantly take up positions in the makeshift bunker. It's more like a sandbag barricade. That seems to be covering like the entire like front room, the lobby. There's just sandbags everywhere. You found some barbed wire and you kind of strung it down from the ceiling across the floor. It looks really cool, for sure. It looks really well barricaded.
Make Hammer, when this other mech approaches, will speak up loudly. Who there? Who dares approach the tower?
You get a chuckle out of one of the guards.
My name is Jeff.
From up in the tower. The mayor kind of
For the record,
motions over kind of across the out the front window. Some of you out of the corner of your eyes, down on the ground, right out in front, you might be able to see a IPS North Star pattern Zang. That big punchy mech.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like roll in a somersault before ejecting its occupant out. Honestly lost amongst some of the other clutter, but he kind of points out to a rather plain-looking little warehouse off near the edge of town. He says, "It's never locked because nobody really wants to go in there. It's a bit boring, but you'll find it a little bit more accommodating."
Okay, we should only need it for the night. Some of us have repairs to do.
My secretary should be able to get you onto the comms network. Be aware it gets rowdy. But most of them are only interested in fighting other marked, since killing the unmarked is very frowned upon. And
Like I mentioned on the way in, we will only retaliate if fired upon.
I'll let you get to it then. You seem to be in a rush. And feel free to let me know if you need anything else. We don't get outside visitors very often. And we'd love it to see at least one person succeed. Because honestly, it's a little bit heartbreaking.
Do you have anything you'd like to relay to the outside world if we do make it?
Mm.
I say you're a puppy.
what the hell was that?
We'll relay that.
Can that be
Mystery.
Can that be canon?
Oh, nah. We'll not have a cannon. But he thinks for a moment and says, there is actually kind of a long-running document that a lot of people would like to get out there. See, while a lot of the people here died quite happy, there's others who had some unfinished business, things that they would like to let their loved ones know. For a lot of them, it's been quite a long time since they've been here, so they know that they'll likely not reach the intended years, but it's worth some closure. I'll send you the most recent version. when you get settled in.
Sure, as long as it's not on paper, I should be able to transfer it to the authorities, at least.
Mhm. It is a visual version. Or not a visual, a virtual and digital. Should only be an exobyte or two.
Anyway, we shan't take up much more of your time.
Don't worry about it. I've got endless time. We're literally dead. We're all dead.
So cavalier about that. It's kind of warming, actually.
Have you already died once, technically?
Just put a little bit more than once, yes.
And you haven't fully died.
Mm.
So I will raise. So what's the rules regarding artificials?
Looks over at you, looks at the quite intense military hardware. Well, they seem to work the exact way that they do outside. So you won't get resurrected, but I suspect anybody who tries will have a very hard time killing you.
Oh, that would be my intention.
Hmm.
And on that note, those who die, how do they come back? If one were to be disemboweled, would they be able to return?
Yes. It's a bit of a fuzzy science, but we have worked it out that if you have at least a little bit of them, then they can kind of choose where they come back. If you've got a lot of them in one place and a lot of them in the other, they kind of subconsciously go to the less dangerous one. There's been some very serious science put into this, in which I mean Benny down on the west side has blown himself up multiple times, which is kind of entertaining.
Has he
So
tried
just
throwing
watch
himself
him go at
inside a core yet?
Inside a core,
Yes.
like the fusion core,
Yes.
Yeah.
he has.
That's impressive.
Which we thought was going to be the end of him, but it turned out that one of his hairs have actually fallen off just prior, in which case he seemed to reform around that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of high-standing individuals who would pay planets to have access to this kind of technology.
There are some who think it is a curse, but they seem to get over it when they realize that they aren't particularly bothered anymore. Regardless, I'll leave you to your business.
Yep.
I think you do have a visitor downstairs, though. And at
we'll start
that,
heading.
all right. As you reach the ground floor on the elevator, the doors open to what you see like an Omaha landing. As soon as the doors open fire and there's a figure in the hallway, the two guards just open fire with their automatic rifles, just laughing with glee.
And they're opening up at which direction?
Towards the outside, towards the
Okay.
person who's just entered. You can see a blur of a kind of the sigil on the forehead, so you think they ought to be fine.
Please tell me that McHammer has somehow found a ceramic army helmet and a cigar.
I don't know. Do you keep one in your mech at all times? Actually, you know what? I figure one of the construction subalterns would have brought one to you.
Definitely.
All right.
No to the cigar, but definitely the helmet. Yeah.
All right. There's a there's a crack of gunfire from the doorway as the female guard just absolutely gets domed. A clean shot through the head just slumps over. You hear a very familiar voice chime up from outside, barely peeking in over the gunfire. It just says, get fucked, Rebecca. You... Not gonna say that on stream, but there's a lot of profanities that seem to be in...
Attack!
Alright, he says attack. I'm throwing explosives. I'm going to throw 2 grenades. Actually, 3 grenades.
Are you sure? I'm saying this out of character.
Belay that.
McHammer said attack.
Hold on.
Supposedly, you only follow the captain's orders, so like.
Well, so you say belay that, and he's got 3 grenades in one hand and 3 pins in the other.
The pins are all out.
Well, put them back in then.
Oh.
But you see the guard charge over the line, almost like in a bayonet charge.
Okay, he'll start seeing very slowly putting the pins back.
All of you, I say all of you except for Solitaire and Arbiter, you'd recognize that voice. For a second, it doesn't sound like her, but after a few moments, you realize, yo, that's the old captain. That's 2D. It has to be. As through the smoke, almost like cinematically, the guard charges through the smoke, gun raised above his head. As he passes through, you hear a heavy thwack and just the sound of a heavy fist fight as they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, McHammer's waving his hammer all over the place, encouraging his troops to fight.
There's silence as you seem that it doesn't seem that you have any more troops.
Would Solitaire know the captain? Is this the captain that locked Solitaire in the fridge?
No. Technically, if you see her direct face, you would be able to kind of trace it back and say, "Oh, looking in my own database here, it looks like she was in fact the previous captain." But out of the smoke, holding a smoking revolver.
So she's not the one who locked me in the fridge, because if she was, those grenades coming back out.
She did not lock you in the fridge. Kind of walking through the smoke, very, very calmly, covered in plenty of soot. Her light battle armor kind of shredded up and torn a little bit, with one of those blazing emblems right on their forehead, is in fact your old captain.
Alright, I gotta make a roll.
I look to her and goes, "You look quite well."
McHammer doesn't recognize her in the fevered heat of battle here. Seeing all of his troops gone, he's gonna charge with his hammer.
Are you sure?
Yes, this is exactly what McHammer would do. Unless stopped. He can be stopped.
You see him going over the top.
I'm gonna try to stop him.
I'm gonna shoot him in the back of the leg.
With what?
With the flintlock pistol.
For the tower!
I'm going to... Okay, so is the captain calling that this needs to be a stop?
Detain him.
Alright, I'm launching a bunch of caltrops. The next 3 squares he runs through are difficult terrain and takes 1d3 AP damage on his feet for each step.
Oh, God.
I'm turning the explosives off.
Well,
I'm turning the explosives on these off.
Alright, let's see. Okay, he would realize that the caltrops came from Solitaire. And
they're not
stop.
stoppable.
Well, it was more whether he was, too distracted, trying to charge. Yeah.
Firefly has her arms crossed, just giving you that look that you know all too well.
Glad to see you guys are still kicking.
Yes. It seems that you are kicking more than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, surprisingly. I would have figured that, dying of illness would have kind of not given me a ride to Valhalla, but, funny how that works.
Yes. Seems to work. It seems to be very befitting for you.
Yeah.
I'll go over and shake her hand. It is good to see you again.
She shakes your hand with a good bit of force. She's a lot livelier, even when you first met her. It appears that whatever was eating away at her was in quite advanced stages by then, even. But yeah. As you guys meet up with your literally dead captain, in possibly heaven/limbo, whatever.
/ some aliens twisted experiment.
Yeah, some weird, crazy machine gods. No, you would not. Watchtower would not be here. He did survive.
For now.
For now. I mean, he might die later. Doom is also not here yet.
Doom would be kicking it. Like if
Yeah,
I was
he'd be-
playing Doom, hands down, Doom would
Or-
end his career here. It's like eternally fight. Heck yeah.
He
I
just
imagine-
immediately killed the first person he sees and just get capped by like 300 people swarming on him.
I imagine the door to Valhalla just has his picture with a cross through it because he's not allowed
He's not
in.
allowed. He's banned by name.
Yeah, because those 300 people would all be like, he'd be standing on a pile of bodies by the time it's done.
So I'm just thinking, like, there's dwarf tossing, and then there's dwarf tosses you.
Anyway, shall we take this conversation somewhere less explosive?
Let's kind of barbed wiry, Yeah. I'll let those guys clean it up. You see, as she kind of walks outside through the smoke grenade that one of them tossed, you can see that the soldier outside has had its neck snapped, and it's just kind of resting up against the side of the building. So what have you guys been up to, other than getting into a fucking Metafold Vault?
There has been a lot going on. So if we have a place to sit, we do have time to discuss. Also,
Yeah, I
I
know.
believe Bubbles would say hi.
Oh, he's still kicking. I haven't seen him yet. I figure he'd be here.
Oh, he is very, what was the word? Scrappy.
Mm. Yeah, I'd feed him rocks and he'd fucking live.
He survived the others' endeavor of trying to kill him. I think he will outlive all of us at this point.
Mm. He'd fucking outlive a bomb.
He has.
Whatever, you guys want to... I got a pretty good restaurant that I fucking love here. You guys want to go? I suppose you just got to worry about your arteries, so...
Does it have booze?
Yeah? You kidding me?
I'm aboard.
There is not a restaurant around here that does not have booze.
That's all. That was his only requirement.
Some of the stuff will...
this.
Okay, I would... So any of the... And don't order anything with the skull on it. It will actually literally fucking kill you, okay? It's laced with, like, psychedelic poisons and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, it overdoses. Some people get a kick out of that. Don't get it.
Good to know.
I was gonna say it would be better to move our mechs to the warehouse that they mentioned before.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Those who were knocked over have been drafted into the Valhalla army. All right, so as you guys head out,
It's just a picture of a Barbarossa on a poster pointing at people saying, "I need you for the Valhalla army."
yeah, recruit. So on just outside, she pulls up a small panel on a wrist-mounted communicator, and then kind of commands the mech to follow her. As you see, McHammer, you would recognize this mech immediately. That is the Cataphract's fucking mech. An IPS North Star Zeng. The one that punches shit through walls and through, like, space-time. Complete with the vintage, like, livery that you remember being the one that saved your home station.
Neat.
If McHammer has any sort of fanboy / fangirl emotions, they'd be going pretty wild right now. If that's up to you to decide. But
Part
after a little
of
while
me
of walking,
wants to, but it's not something in his personality. So yeah, I'm gonna say
maybe
no.
not in public. Gotcha. As you're walking down the street towards the warehouse,
Here, I'll give this at least.
Okay. Just internally.
Yes.
Okay. One of the windows of the saloons opens up, and you see a pretty punk-looking guy with a really brutal-looking mohawk. Kind of poke his head out and yell out, say, "Hey 2D, you busy? We're gonna play some billiards, but with grenades. You up for it?" And he looks over. He's like, you got never mind. Well, tomorrow, how about? And 2D just kind of shrugs and says, "Yeah, tomorrow."
Bowling with thermite charges.
Exactly.
God damn, Tim would be in heaven here.
Just obscenely dangerous sports for the sake of being dangerous. But you'd find yourself in a kind of dusty, old, kind of dark warehouse. She flips a few switches on the wall, and a generator powers on somewhere and powers the interior. The lights light up, and there's a sizable warehouse with a Schedule 2 printer in the back. You'd recognize this as doesn't appear to be an actual, like, a union licensed printer. They usually have this sort of covering on them where it basically makes them tamper free. So if you even open it up to check on it, it just dies, and you get your printer license taken away. But this one is just opened up. It's hot wired to hell, and it seems to have that same sort of energy, that aura, that the coffee machine did. That aura of it really shouldn't work, but somehow it does.
Flashbacks of cravings.
I'm gonna look on it. Is there any like exotic languages scratched into it or something?
Peering on it, it would see that there's actually quite a few different, like, notes, different tags on the various tubes and kind of pressure valves, soldering lasers, weird kind of quantum tunneling, deposition devices, plenty of really kind of high scale tech.
I'm gonna I'm gonna throw a line back to my databanks in the Emperor and check the Pegasus files, which move around on their own volition.
Yeah, they currently seem to be nesting themselves inside of your photo albums right now.
Yeah. I'm basically going to look if there was similar stuff on the relics I found to get the Pegasus license in the first place.
I'd say yeah. There's a lot of similarities you're seeing here. There's a lot of kind of congruent tech that ought to work together.
Okay.
From what you're seeing, this is a perfectly functional Schedule 2 printer, which means it can print up to size 2.
I'm gonna stick my hand on top of it. I'm gonna say, okay, this bad boy can print many things.
You slap it?
Yep.
Okay. The universe grumbles.
I imagine that episode from Futurama where they have their own universe in a box.
So, as you guys are starting to settle in, 2D kind of says, "Let's get you settled in properly. We need to go out for a good night on the town."
Sounds acceptable.
I'm not accepting no for an answer. We're going. As my prior authority as your captain, which I think I have more authority. Actually, I don't know how that works.
I am unaware, though, since you are native to this land, you shall be the one, almost like a tour guide.
We're gonna have fun. You guys are gonna like this.
I will trust you.
Okay, but somebody needs to keep an eye on McHammer to make sure he doesn't try any of those skull-rated foods.
That all depends on how tasty they sound.
I don't know. Judging by his adaptability, he may actually end up surviving. Shame. Though, that is good at testing thing.
So at this point, we're doing a full repair, are we?
Not quite yet. Actually, I'd say you'd be able to do a full repair, but I want, as you guys head out to kind of enjoy a little living, you know. Despite all of you having very varied interests, it seems that there is something to enjoy here. There's places for you to get involved to kind of waste time. I want everyone to give me a saving throw. This is purely plus your grit.
Okay.
Solitaire, I'd say you have an accuracy on this, since you are much easier to stay focused.
19.
Doing a what check, sorry?
This is just a saving throw.
19.
What?
So you
Against?
just add your grit.
Oh, just grit. Okay.
Yep.
18.
Add your grit and you get 1 accuracy. 18?
Grit is 3, right?
Yeah.
20.
20?
10.
10. Alright, so who are the highest? That was 18?
I got 20.
Okay, 20, sorry.
Yeah, he got 20, I got 18.
So, you guys have the night of your life. You're brought around to every bar in rapid succession, having a drink from each, in probably one of the wildest pub crawls that you've ever been on. All the food is insanely unhealthy, but extremely tasty. The only vegetables seen around are to enhance the various deep-fried meats and other delicious delicacies.
Nothing but celery.
It's just like celery and ranch. That's the only vegetables allowed. Onions though. Onions are allowed. Anyways. Eventually, something kind of triggers in your mind, Firefly, and almost as if stumbling out of a haze, which I suppose you are in a bit of a drunken haze, but you're not that drunk. You look outside and you can't recall how much time has passed. Time certainly flies when you're having fun, but you're not quite sure what day it is. And for the first time in what feels like forever, you check your communicator, kind of dust it off a little bit, and you notice that the chronometer, the mission clock, it's been running stable. You know that. But currently, it's running at about 25 days since you started.
Oh boy.
And you recall that you got here on day 2.
And it has not felt like 25 days.
It's not felt like 25 days. It felt like you just got here. That whole period just feels like a complete haze. You don't think you slept, you're not sure. But you're sure as hell have not left this city to go actually get out of here, to escape.
Deep breaths, narrow eyes, looks to the sky. There may be an issue.
Anyways, I think that's a good spot to end this session.
Yeah.
Please check the title of the stream, as that is an apt description of exactly what's going on.
Yeah, like yeah, good going. A++.
For those of you who aren't able to look, the title of the stream is the Hotel Cradle-fornia.
Oh my lord.
You have checked in.
You don't want to check out.
All
even with
right,
18.
everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Sounds of Metal Lancer. I will be back to possibly tomorrow. My mom let me know this morning that I guess she's gonna be in town tomorrow, so probably not, but for sure you'll see me on Sunday. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of you that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. Thank you to everyone for hanging out and supporting the stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things. They're on the website as well as down in the description below. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Bleh.